Tonight at 11.
Doom!
It's a plan! And I'm angry! I'm not a slave! I've broken the conditioning! It doesn't work on me! I'm primitive, I'm real, I know the enemy, and if we can have this spirit of normal humanity spread, it's over for the globalist! Break the conditioning now! Excuse me.
This is not the Infowars Nightly News, where the answer to 1984 is not $19.95 plus shipping and handling, but the answer is to try and understand the double-barrel bullcrap, the double-speak, and the Orwellian wonderland we now find ourselves in. So sit back and relax as I take you through a real alternative look at the news and so-called alternative media alike. Enjoy. Clips. Alrighty, YouTubes, another one of Kip's Clips, and welcome to this week's not the Infowars Nightly News, the original, the OG baby, alternative look at the so-called alternative media. Skeptical with the spectacles about the so-called skeptics and watching the motherfucking Watchmen, because somebody's got to do it. So welcome one and all. Remember, if you do enjoy the show, thumbs it up, share it with your friends, family, foes. What I do here, it's digital busking on my chest. It's all available and accessible free of charge. I'm going to do such a good job. And look at the lightning. Look at the lighting and the audio and all that. It's almost as if I give a fuck. I'm going to do such a good job. You'll get value from what I do, and consider using your spare change, not your life savings, on the Patreon and PayPal buttons down below. And a mega thanks to everybody that does. And I think it'll be hard pushed to find a more original, at best, show on the YouTubes. If there is any actually originality on the YouTubes. I never come across something that I don't think I've ever seen a carbon copy of before. Or, me included, but anyway. No, I'm original, just don't tell not the 9 o'clock news. Or the Infowars. Or Spitting Image. Or... Anyway, welcome one and all. So I decided to put the wee 10-minute intro on. To help me fucking turn up in time so I don't always make another excuse. Fuck it, I'll have another cup of tea. Fuck it, I'll roll another one. You know? So, 10-2, it's like 10 minutes, it's a big time, you're like, fuck it, stick it on. And you're watching that clock, and I thought it was still going to be late. People that have got my Skypes. Sounds okay, music. I knew you'd like that blazing. I'm not the biggest fan, I thought it was just happy hardcore. Anybody get any other music that's copyright free and all that jazz, open source? Any suggestions? Let me know. Happily incorporate it. And jazz it up with a wee bit of different intro music every week. Anyway, anybody with the Skypes, let me know how the mic and all the audio is sounding throughout the show, because I'm fannying about with it. And no doubt it's going to go wrong somewhere along the line. It's a cert. So, say hi to everybody in the chat, if I can manage to read it for you up here. Shug, how you doing, my man? Long time no see you in the doohickeys in the live show. Richie, how you doing, my man? Just beginning to wonder if you're still breathing, man. Thought you might have contorted your head up your arse or something. Hadn't heard from you for a while. But good to see you back, my man. Hope you're keeping well. Charlotte, Stewie, Amanda, another view. How you all doing? Maria, Natasha, Sparkle Whore. In the evening, guys and girls. Roberto Rhymes. I've seen Roberto Rhymes in, and I thought that would be an actual good name for Roberto Carlos. But I've been reliably informed that it's actually the Roberto Carlos. He went to the factory and got a change. Ask no more. Ask no more. He went to the factory, got changed, and he came out as Roberto Rhymes. He now identifies as being Roberto Rhymes and not Roberto Carlos. Easy mistake to make for all that time. How you doing, 5? Maria, you gotta see her. in the evening, Maria. Natasha, the Blazing Stars, Apple Charlotte. Right, chat and Blazing, I'll leave his mods for one more night and then I'm going to take the spanners back. Looking like a room full of henchmen. Or the spanners floating about. In the evening, one and all. Anyway, remember, if you do enjoy the show at any point, thumbs it up, share it with your friends, family, foes. Rely on you guys and girls at home. So welcome to this week's Not the Infowars Nightly News. Have a wee look at my folder up here. Cryptically named today's date. Unless my dyslexic nuts got it some way jumbled up, but it looks okay to me. And let's have a wee look. I've got hundreds of bullcrap. Don't need to watch it all, but touch on a few wee points. And it's a weird, crazy, twisted slant on the crazy, twisted world of the YouTubes. So, wise words. Wise words coming from what some would consider a weird angle, but definitely wise words. So, start the show off on a good note. In fact, get to that right now, then I'll do the rundown, and it gives me a wee break. Already, 2 minutes in, I want a break. Right.
Yeah, you got. Yeah, you got to look at it like this, haven't you? Right, say you're in a legal position, right? You know, they've done something a bit dodgy with your mortgage and all that. So you go to the crew on here, don't you? Whoever it is. Quite a few channels now. They'll come round and defend you against the bailiffs, won't they? So you're there in your house and you get all these 30 people. You don't know any of them, but they've all turned up to help you, and most totally genuine. Absolutely. If not all. So the bailiffs come, rah. You win on that day. Right? What do the bailiffs have to do? Go home, do a couple more jobs the next day, leave it a couple of days, and then just at some point, right, down the line, they just turn up again, don't they? But this time, you haven't got all these people outside your house, right? Nor did you have time to notify them, nor did you know when the bailiff was coming, right? And this time the bobbies are with him again, and this time they mean business. Next thing you know, the locks are changed on your what you considered your property or whatever, however you want to look at it. See, so then you go to court and you fight it with all this Freeman stuff, which won't wash in court. There's no tricks that you can pull in court. You know, if anything, you'll just get more you get more slam for taking the piss. Have I been to court many times? Right, I know the scripts on how it works in court, actually. You know, and you take the best deal you can, and you get out of there if you can with a fine and whatever. I mean, you know what I mean. Or you might have to do a bit of cold porridge, might you? But the point I'm making is, all these people that think they're like achieving something, going against the, you know, fair enough for trying. I'm not having a go at people for trying, but I'm saying they're ready for it. You know, this is actually making them a lot of money, isn't it? You know, it's causing more.
I'll put that in the middle. I want to get back to that. But it brings up the point, and not only just the point he's making on the video, but it's a fractal, isn't it? It's this just everything's on rinse and repeat, and I will show this later on. It's the same shite. And if you're around long enough, right? I think that's why most people have a shelf life about 4 years with the conspiracy shite, because when the same stuff does the second round, you're like, right, come on, hold on, consider that for a bit. Went down the rabbit hole, melted my melon man for a wee bit, but then I came to the conclusion there is no fake snow. Chemtrails are laughable, and a host of other things. And it's new hooks to get you in. Now, commonly known as Dom, is a very prominent figure in all this. and to the best of my ability to know what happened, all of a sudden he just seemed to go poof. I'm sure somebody close to his inner circle or kind of knew him or something might actually know something. I'm sure I spoke to him and had him hangouts and stuff over the journey, but he just went poof. And this guy was at the forefront of civil disobedience with regards to all the legalese stuff and all that. An easy rabbit hole to go down. A rabbit hole which some people have not recovered from. They're still down it, you know? And I can laugh and mock at them now, because, like, thank fuck it was a bump in the road for me. It wasn't a rabbit hole, you know? Didn't suck me in. Went down, understood it, scratched my balls for a wee bit, get burnt a big bit, and then went, whoo! And then came back, stronger, wiser, and understanding it a wee bit more. He's using the word understand! Let me get my legal dictionary out. Do you know what that means? Oh man, like, see the way you can get any meltdown points over particular things as I'm drinking my diet soda. Slap some fucking Brit in me, man. Drinking my soda, man, at the soccer game, dude. But I wanted to bounce into the chat. Oops, did I fuck up the doohickey there? I think I did. I'll just be able to rescue it with pushing this button. Let's see. Oh my powers. Shazam! Oh! Soda. Audio sounds not too shabby. That the dude Handsome Truth is in. Touch base with me today. Aye mate, if you can organise a time and all that, I'll come on your show, podcast or whatever, and chat to you about the Zionism thing and all that. Like a lot of the cults and micro cults set up for us online. That was another one that I've been lots of them, man, lots of them. Very early on, it was the UFO Bigfoot thing, and it was just the government's a wanker one, which has lots of umbrellas underneath that. Then the weather weapon one for some point as well. Then the legalese one as well. Chemtrail one. The moon one. Moon bases on Mars one. Thank fuck, man. I was actually had my feet on terra firma when fucking flat retard Earth came round and people were on skateboards throwing rocks off and saying that proves. But D-Truth, you'll be surprised where I'm at on my journey, man. But I was ball deep in the anti-Zionist cult. And I'm not ashamed to talk about the crimes at Israel. I just can see it in a bit more context now, I think. But I think we'd have a good conversation, mate. And I like to chat. So we'll get your people to speak to my people in the way of that. I mean, our Skypes. And I'm sure we can sort something out. So... See, mate, I don't really get naming the Jew and all that. Is it like a particular Jew you want to name, or just want to say the word Jew? Or just, is it the slant that it's the Jews, not Zionism? I don't know. But anyway, let's keep it fresh for our chat. Better that way. It'd be beautiful, man. So thanks for joining, buddy. Nice to see you in. Check Handsome Truth's channel out. On the D-Tubes, on the D-Lives, on the BitShoots, on the Steemits, all the stuff. Anyway, evening one and all. So, aye. Kind of touched on some of these topics. Let's finish the wise man off.
Pieces of paper to be written, isn't it? All at a cost. You know, it's all ping pong, isn't it?
Whiff waff. Ping Pong's original name was Whiff Waff. Boris Johnson taught me that.
I would say it's not good advice. Look, do what you want, but just remember, sometimes they've got you by the balls, haven't they? Usually in these things, there's nothing you can say to a real eye up. He's been in the books for 30 years, geezer. You can't come out with any of this shit and win them. If you win that case in court, you've been like.
What are you talking about, Crossman? All you do is need to go in and don't stand when the judge tells you to stand, and everything just evaporates. Honest.
Like, you've been allowed to.
I've seen it on at least 3 YouTube videos. It must be real.
To win it so that other people will try it on. And you'll be the one out of the 99, and the other 99 will lose a load of money and a load of aggravation. Property, vehicles, whatever. And, you know, your one success was the reason the 99 had a go. You see, but the 99 all lost. And really, what you've been a maggot. You've been a maggot on a fishing hook. You see. I'm doing this video for a mate of mine who's having a load of bother, and he's trying to represent himself in court and all that.
Oh dear.
Fair play to the lad, you know, if he feels he's doing it, and it will be for the right reasons. This lad doesn't mess about, you know, he's honourable. But at the end of all that, you might be better off going, fair enough, Your Honour. Go for
Bend
the slap
over.
on the...
Bend over and grease it up. It's your best course of action walking into court. Hey, that's my opinion. I am no lawyer. And I am no Freeman on the land expert either. But in my experience, present yourself well. Don't make yourself look like an arsehole. As long as you're not an arsehole, like if you're in there for murder, fuck's sake, man, you might get locked up, you know what I'm saying? And present your case as well as possible. And even though you may not recognise the court's authority, just for that wee hour, 2 hours, whatever, just bend over and grease it up. Make things easier. It's going in anyway. So you might as well.
Cheek, you know what I mean? Get the best deal he can out of the job and get out of there. Because like what they could actually do is...
Thank you, Richie. You've just really hurt my feelings. There was me thinking you actually turned up to listen to me. And now I know you've actually just turned up to hear how very nice my inanimate object my microphone is.
Say,
thanks, buddy.
Yeah, you're guilty now, and now because of all the pissing about you've had us do, you know, 3 weeks messing about and all that stuff. That lawyer, that judge, you won't have a choice. He'll have to lay it on you.
Does sound sweet.
He'll have to make an example of you.
Oh no!
And
didn't mean to.
You know, really, you've got
my
to
lolly.
just play the law at that. You've got to play them at their own game, haven't you? So.
They're playing you at their game. Bend over, accept your punishment.
Just another quick one.
Don't do the crime if you can't do the time.
You know what I mean, brother? Will be one.
Anyway, I thought it was quite nice words. New microphone position is hard to use. Anyway, so I thought they were rather well worth listening to, wise words. And then when did I do this? Done it in a live stream at some point. And Millennial Woes. And as you can see, it's like over an hour, 47 minutes long. And if you are a critical thinker and just interested in genuinely seeing what social media can do to individuals, from the people who ingest it at the bottom to the people who are at the top of the pedestal and everything in between, I'm very interested in that. Watch that whole podcast. I don't even know, there's too many points to go into, as you seen all the timestamps I put in there, and again, in no way am I endorsing this douchebag, right? Do not take this as an endorsement of this douchebag. I'm just saying, if you've got the eyes to see, you might actually learn something from that. I'm not asking you to share my conclusions, but what I took away from that was he seemed a very real individual. Real fucked up, right? But very real, nevertheless. And if the story that he portrayed is accurate, he gets sucked into the whole genre because his life was empty. I'm pretty much using his words. He had no social circle, his life was empty, he had nothing going on for him. All of a sudden he's found himself in whatever forums it was. Next thing you know, he's an advocate for fucking race wars and fucking, what is it they call it, ethno-states or some shite? I don't even know the terminology. Some people would point me in the direction of podcasts or whatever of these people debating each other, and I'd be, what the is this shit? No, I would rather not. Oh man, I can't even remember any of the retarded arguments. But anyway, they're dressing. So, I'll condense this. So that millennial woes thing. It's a genuine sad sack. Head turned to mush with his social media, and God knows how many hundreds of thousands, if not millions of pounds he made from his popularity, and yet it can't buy him a smile, and he's still in a position where his life's a wreck. And as he admits here, people within the circles actually hung him out to dry. He doesn't name who it is, right? But this is my crazy conspiracy and my crazy assessment. It's the likes of Jim Dawson and his network of manipulators and influencers online, and the procuring of influencers and the influencing of influencers. I know it sounds complicated, but follow what I'm saying. That's why it was so easy. That's why it became easy for me to spot, because there isn't that actually. There's very few Pied Pipers. You know, underneath each of those micro cults, those Pied Pipers, talking heads, there's fucking tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people. But in that round table, and I've never sat at that round table, so you'd never know what actually goes on at that round table. Are they all in on it? Are they actually aware what they're doing? And I get the vibes that what he's saying is a genuinely accurate portrayal of a lot of his journey through this shit. And it shows that people sitting at that round table, a lot of them have been, not coerced, that's the wrong word. They've been manipulated to be there. You know, what's happened is they've been like some sort of a sad sack sitting in their fucking bedroom with no pals, and all of a sudden the forums went like, look at this guy, he can write, he can speak, he can form a sentence, he can produce an argument, and he's got good debating skills. And then he gets groomed, smoke blown up his arse, money, opportunities, conferences, so on and so forth. And that's what this guy is. Very interesting character to go and pick the bones apart. And that podcast is very worthwhile doing. Anyway, I won't talk too much piss on him. I've done a lot of stuff on him. The sky is falling. Chicken Little, right? Let's have a look at some modern day Chicken Littles. This is an urgent broadcast, by the way. There's a major
Hey everybody, I'm Chad Booksam. This is AMTV, Alternative Media Television. And
now, this is what I'm saying. This is why usually you've got like a 3, 4, maybe 5 year lifespan in this pish. Because the first time you hear this stuff, you're like, get me here, 15 man, where's, in fact, in this country, you're like, where's my catapult and my pepper spray, right? But I used to buy into this hype and shite. In fact, when I first touched base with AMTV, it was the exact same pish, martial law every second week, usual rhetoric. Now it's the same stuff, and if you go and strip the bones away from it again, do your due diligence, you'll find they're punting you gold and financial scams and play the market on the bitcoins with the small coin, with the dick coin, with the fucking bitcoin, with the chink coin. You know what I mean? They've got everything sewn up. Anyway, so there's an urgent message. Right, when was this? How urgent was this that we're still breathing? You know, why can I not find dates, published dates on YouTube pingies anymore? You know, I found this problem the other day, and I think it was me with my... There we go. It's my fucking bad dickhead. October 10th. 5 days later, still standing. Anybody hear about major announcement broadcast? Everybody's been turned against the public. They've released the drones, the NSA, the TSA, the National Guard. They're putting up barricades. They're shipping in the Mexicans and locking the white cunts down. Fucking AR-15 stations, get your fucking tangy tangerine. Right, does it get any better? Emergency! Emergency! The fucking, not only is the sky falling, but the ground is burning. Oh, right, look how concerned this guy is.
Terrifying footage showing hundreds of firefighters battling.
My lordy, man. And my, what age am I? Counting my toes. 37 years. How many times can you remember fucking California fucking burning? I'm not advocating for this happening, by the way. I'm just saying it happens, right? I don't know if anybody knows this. Do you know what California is? Big fucking desert. Right? Do you know what deserts are? Very fucking dry and hot. Right? And do you know what happens when cunts come along and go, hey man, hey Brad, hey Billy Bob, let's make a fucking beach on here, man, and pipe in hundreds of water and green that shit up and all that. Shit tends to go to fire. Because everything's really dry and hot. Because they're in a fucking desert. You know, this isn't rocket science, man. Anyway, but it helps the fearmongers, so that's the sky is falling. What else is happening? Oh, here's Junkie Max Egan. Listen to my soothing Australian.
The way you see people is the way you treat them, and the way you treat them.
When a tree falls in the woods, and your penis is in a woman's bumhole, does it make a noise?
Is what they become. And this week's opening quote comes from Johann von Goethe.
And Kips Clips, it's a collaboration, y'all.
Welcome to Surviving the Matrix, ladies and gentlemen.
Survive the Matrix, take the red pill, y'all.
My name is Maxwell Egan. It's a pleasure to be with you once again. And I'll be your host for
what's killing us this week, Max?
The next hour.
I love my apocalyptic conspiratardom delivered with a near-to-death Australian.
It's nice to be back, folks. I've had 2 weeks off the show.
Oh, well, you've had 2 weeks off the show. Let me guess, you've been resting up like you've been promising to do for years now, Max. You've been promising to rest up for years. You're always tired for fucking travelling, but yet you're always fucking travelling.
Because I've been travelling, I simply have...
Surprise.
I've not had the internet connection to be able to bring a show to you.
Hookers and blow. Where's your pal, fucking Ken O'Keefe?
And even now, as
you sunk him, didn't you?
I'm recording this, I'm not sure whether I'm going to have time to be able to actually create any type of
lazy bastard. Takes 15 minutes to render that shit.
Video slideshow to go with.
Anyway, what's killing us?
Generic graphic in there that I've done that I want to do for the show, folks. It's just very difficult sometimes.
Right, okay, right. What did you have for your breakfast this morning?
When you're travelling, and I have been extremely...
Oh, and what did you have on the plane? And you met Shirley, did you? Oh, and I actually popped into the poster.
Busy Philadelphia, the Anarchadelphia conference. I may have...
Anarchadelphia? Fuck's sake, he just travels the globe and sticks Anarcha and next to it. You know, next week I'm going to the Anarcha Glasgow Festival, man. It's just an excuse for him to get free tickets and go and fucking score skag in some other fucking corner of the globe.
Brought you a show since then. That was a very good conference. Since then, I've gone to Mount Shasta and spoke.
Fox, how many minutes?
A lot of good people.
Is this a travel show or a conspiratardi show?
People there, though. 30 degrees. Me? And I would also like to apologise.
Oh, fuck's sake. Apologise. I know you can't see me, but I didn't actually iron my shirt today. It's like, do you know what it's like? It's like listening to Grandpa and fucking Homer Simpson, innit?
And Simpsons. I just couldn't find Mount Shasta, folks. So, goodbye to everybody that run out on you all. An interesting event at Mount Shasta. People around, it was very difficult to get any time to...
God almighty fucking Lord.
Record.
How long does it take for this guy to see it in the
radio show? That
oh no!
It's kind of a there on page 3 now. but nothing major forthcoming in regard to the arrest and subsequent suicide of Jeffrey Epstein and all of the...
Oh, fuck's sake, man. Epstein, right, there we go. The sky is falling, people.
To you this morning from Denver, Colorado.
Hi, everybody. This is for all the new people in the game that haven't fallen for this trick before. Buy silver now. Silver up, gold down, gold down. Buy silver and canned food, y'all.
Colorado. I am actually going to go see the opening of Tool's North American tour. I'm very excited.
Oh, fuck, are you meeting up Max Egan at fucking, can I make $1 a Acapulco?
Denver is just an absolute wonderful city. As you know, that cannabis and I think shrooms are legal here now. But it's just the whole vibe of the city is just wonderful.
Yes, it vibrates like my fanny flaps when I don't wear any panties. Woo, and the wind's up.
I'm just truly appreciating this moment. But I wanted to get to very serious.
Yeah, I want to get to some very serious. Buy my fucking silver, yick. Big silver's so good, it's better than money. But I've got a deal for you, y'all. I will swap you silver for money. Yeah, I don't ask. I'm crazy. I'm local. I'm off my fucking heat. We're crazy. We're mental. We're fucking off our heat. I'll tell you that silver is better than money. But I will swap you my silver for your money. I know it sounds crazy. Don't apply any logic here. Yo. Hold on. Like, do you know what? Do you know who don't take, like, see when you're taking your pal to one of these charlatans in real life, the best person to take in the world is your pal Spock.
Illogical.
Yep, it is a logical Spock. Somebody telling you how good silver is, or even gold. Telling you it's better than money. It's better than money. Right? And these people typically even have more money than you. But they're willing to swap their silver or gold for your money. It doesn't fit. Now, if they believed what they were saying, they wouldn't sell their fucking gold or silver. We buy it in bulk and then, well, right, if it's such a good fucking store of wealth, store that fucking shite that you're buying in bulk, you fandan. Park it up your arse. Eat it when the apocalypse hits, fandan. Go and barter with Mad Max. Hey, I've got an old American dollar. I've got a big fucking steaky, give me it. And your clays, and your misses, and your... Oh man, it's too funny, innit? I've not even fucking touched base with this pish in a long time, right? Now, I was one of those fandans, like, I'm saying I had a bit of cash, right? It was fucking pennies, but I was fucking ball deep in the cult of Alex Jones. And I was like, right, before I piss this up against the wall, I'm going to go and invest in some fucking gold and silver, right? So I pissed it up against the gold and silver wall, figuratively, right? So basically I bought a bit of gold. Then I got skint again, funny enough. I can't believe it. Listen to Alex Jones didn't lead to me making my millions. And then I was so skint, I was like, right, I need to sell this gold. Surely I might make a bit of profit. And that is when the fucking penny, the gold dollar drops, let's say. Right? Fuck me, man. Right, so I know these charlatans' tricks. I've been stung by these bastards. Fuck's sake, I know for a fact Kev Baker, the faker, drinks Tangy Tangerine. Fact. That's not even like it is funny, but it's also very true. Right, anyway, so there's the sky falling, right? Now, after we've got the sky falling, this is 5G fear. Do you want to see how fucking retarded this shit has got? I'm not even joking.
I'm outside the hospital. There's some tree there with loads of birds in it. Look. There's literally loads of birds flying around.
Starlings or something?
But on the floor, and they're literally falling out the tree as I'm speaking. Literally falling out the tree.
Now, I think this proves a few things. Obviously, number one, 5G is a direct energy weapon. That is the canary in the coal mine, people. Come on, if you're not doing your doctors getting arrested over 5G, book an appointment. In fact, don't book an appointment, just for the retards amongst us. Don't book an appointment, just get down your doctor's appointment, fucking thing, me kick that door open and go, I can feel the energy waves in my head, it's frying me, help me, I need a wooden hat. But that's biblical shit. That's the first thing it tells me. Second thing it tells me, 5G, they've been hiding this technology from biblical times. Because I'm sure the fucking sky was falling and plagues, herpes and AIDS and all that in the Bible. I'm pretty sure I read that in Bible class. But I'm sure there was plagues and birds falling out the sky and all that, and since biblical times. And every time the birds fall out the sky, well, at least it's changed. At least it's no harp anymore. You know, back in the day, 4 years ago, that would have been harp. Or fake snow, maybe. Maybe the fake snow could have done it. I wonder if Dabu 7 still just goes around and keeps reporting on sinkholes. As if it's like the end of the world. Or, this river's just went red, man. Yeah, we kind of know why it goes red. But do we? Well, it's the fucking... The earth farts and leaves iron in the rock and it makes the thing red, and we kind of know why it makes it red, but do we? Because God said rhythms, rivers of blood. Anyway, I digress. So the sky is literally falling and the 5Gs are killing. Now this guy's for fucking reals, isn't he? Does he say the 5G?
They're everywhere.
5G.
Falling out of the tree dead, one after the other.
Is there any wee guys about with air rifles?
It's weird, man.
Weird, bruv. I get me. It's the 5Gs in my knees, man. I can feel the 5Gs in my knees, bruv.
Still trying.
You get me, bruv?
It's really strange.
I can feel it in my nut, bruv. See, the 5Gs. We need to keep the trees to save us from the 5Gs. Louise is head of the 5Gs and the taking down of the trees. I heard department. Anyway, so that's what's happening with the skies falling. Brian fucking Harvey. Right. Ken, right, like, are people engaging with this for their own entertainment? I don't get it. I can't understand it in any level. I don't know. I suppose it's just an inevitability of inserting yourself into the truther conspiracy community. That there's going to be 1,000,001 conspiracies about the conspiracy, about who's right, and look, he's Illuminati, no, he's no, and so on and so forth. And the spiral of paranoia and doom. Some people just take shits and giggles out of feeding and feasting upon it. Some people are unwilling participants, thinking they're saving the world from the New World Order. Anyway. I'm not even going to... I don't want to even waste any head time trying to get my head around it. It just doesn't make any sense. No more Jews news. I wonder if Handsome Truth's still in. He won't like this. Anyway, so again, I don't have anything wrong with Beach Boy, Jesus, Adam Green. Nothing at all. Like millennial woes, they seem like real... normal-ish human beings for the modern thing that, and I include myself in this, for the modern version of a human being, and especially people who are stupid enough to present themselves as YouTube personalities or whatever. But he certainly fell into what I would now class as the anti-Zionist cult, which I was a fully bought and paid up member of myself for a very, 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 very long time. And it was only objectively looking at other micro cults in the truther industrial complex social media network, that then, like, anybody trying to look at anything objectively and themselves, I could see that the exact same echoes that I was pointing out in the other mini cults happens in the anti-Zionist one. The Zionist one, whatever way you want to wrangle it, right? And I'll give you an example. I mean, I was heavy into anti-Zionism. I would always point to Memory, the Middle East Research Institute, which is a kind of like pro-Israel Zionist-funded organisation which scuttles the Arab world, the brown, crazy Muslim-looking world, for crazy Muslims going Akbar, dead to America, death for Israel, bum bum bum, just doing fucking all sorts of crazy ass shit, or any like pure crazy fundamental religious bullshit, you know. It could get took out of context, sometimes in full context. Just they would scuttle the whole. No point in it. They're fucking like they're taking these people out of a pool of how many billions? I think I'm right in saying billions if you talk about muzzies worldwide. But then that week they might have found 4 or 5, couple of Egyptian clerics or whatever saying bizarre shit, and then they present that to you. Now, what they're presenting's the truth. These people do exist, and these retards who happen to be Muslim retards or extremists or whatever, spouting their pish, but they've got the footage to project that into the Western world and go, look how crazy these bastards are, right? The exact same thing happens when you get ball deep in and I've went to mega lengths to try and explain this because people couldn't get their heads round why I would no longer nail my flag to the anti-Zionist mast. And the anti-Zionist cult does the same. And once you're in a cult, you're controllable. It doesn't matter fucking who you love, who you hate, who you fight. You're fighting somebody else's battles. And if you constantly just look at the crimes, and there's plenty of them. You can watch this 24 hours a day, and I used to at some points. You can constantly just watch the crimes at Israel, and their occupation, and their genocide stroke ethnic cleansing, whatever way you want to dress it up, which I don't argue's happening. I don't deny the crimes that are happening in that area of the world to cement the foothold in that area of the world. It's just who's doing it and for what reasons that I have a different outlook on it. I think it's deeper than the Jews or even Zionism. But that's just my personal opinion. But I can understand why it's profitable for certain groups to stir up hate groups and steer them towards one particular community because it helps them further their goals in internal politics. If that makes any sense. And I'm not playing anybody's game anymore. Anyway, so again, so here's No More Jews News, Adam Green, who pretty much out all the shit going on in the world just constantly just points at how, but he believes in the overarching Jews are taking over the world conspiracy. So why wouldn't he do that? And I'm not questioning his authenticity. I'm not agreeing with his conclusion, although it used to be a conclusion I used to share, but then I had a couple of epiphanies since then. I do believe an angel came down and spoke to me. It's a song I'm writing, don't worry about it. Anyway, so what the hell was that? No More Jews News. UFOs. Right, come on to fuck, folks. Right, you got to be tuned to the moon to even humour this guy for 2 seconds. You cannot believe this guy's serious putting this out here.
Alright, guys.
Right, guys.
I don't know what this is.
Right, I do.
It's going to come from the left-hand screen. Alright? It's going to go all the way across the screen.
Does this guy sound legit genuine to you? Do you think he's a genuine UFOer? Does he sound like an adult? Does he sound like he can tie his shoelaces? In fact, I don't need to move this. You make your mind up.
Again, coincidence? Yes, maybe not. But at the same time, this, it could be birds.
it could be birds. Just bear that option in mind. Watch this footage and tell me UFO or a flock of birds. Now this guy cannot be serious.
You know, it could be birds, but I played it slow motion, and the movement
still birds.
Just seems off.
The movement just seems off. It doesn't seem birdy enough like for him. You just make your own mind up.
From what I'm witnessing, Pentagon planners are scrambling to come up with a strategy. I just spoke to one
you'll see a flock of birds fly across the screen.
Who previously spent years on the Joint Staff and
Seriously,
more recently
a flock of
oversaw
birds?
the last 5 years of the war to destroy ISIS.
All right, that was kind of hard to see. This is slow motion.
See, it's a flock of... You can actually at some point see the bird going like that and flapping its fucking wings.
And then they cut directly.
They cut because they're obviously saving... they don't want to expose the secret aircraft that's just been exposed live on Fox News. I mean, come on, fuck. That guy's either so deep in the cult that he's lost the ability to just see a flock of birds when he sees one. I'm not even playing that shit again. Or he's just taking the piss. Right, but look at that. 50s. I'm not saying go there and thumbs it down because he's a dumbass or anything. It's not about that, but who watches that and go, oh yeah, man. Anyway, but there are. That's the important thing. That's the lesson. Right, what have I got about Iran? Oh. Right. You know what, actually? I've got a wee funny thing I'm doing as well. Look. Just a wee slideshow. Oh, my thumbnails. It's when it gets a bit boring. Stick that one. But anyway, let's get back to the important stuff. Shit, what am I doing? This one here. I'm jibby jabbering all over the place. Right, the point being, I was listening to Talk Sport, and they were on there like, that's terrible, women shouldn't be allowed at football. Up until now, women should have been allowed at football. It's terrible because it ran so bad, right? Now women should... Anyway, I'm not even going to go down that argument. But these people are living in cloud cuckoo land when they can say that with a straight face when you stay in a country where there's still golf clubs that don't allow women in. Now, I'll be honest, I think there should be, like, not just golf clubs, but any club should be able to exist with a set of rules that if you want to join, you need to agree to, and one of those rules could be you have to be of a particular sex. And it works both ways. So, for example, women can start up a club and go, no men. And I think, right, well, I'm not going to join a club where there's no men allowed, and I can join a club where there's men allowed. Do you know what I mean? Where did we fall off the planet? Where? Anyway, we need to force it on people. But I digress. What a load of shite. It's great. Iranian women allowed into football match. It's just getting used as a political football. I mean... Anyway. And there should be... old men should be allowed to buy a fucking old crusty old building somewhere and say no woman allowed. What's so... And if women hate it so much, don't join. Anyway, I digress. I'm going to get into trouble. Right, what will we look at next? Iran. Oh, a wee bit Alex Jones. I miss having Alex Jones on the show.
This is the fakest thing since the $3 bill. Don't do any of the standard stuff, the paperwork, the police reports, no helicopters sent, no rescue, kids going in circles, totally staged, men with guns in the woods getting grabbed, no names released.
All right, I've deciphered this. This is Alex Jones talking about Sandy Hook being a hoax, or the hoax Sandy Hook. Roger. Got my... Hold on. Look, this is... People think this is a Fitbit. This is a stinger. And if I ever talk about anything the deep state don't want me talking about... Sandy hoax. No. But I suppose that's somebody still out there that Alex Jones sold out when, because of legal proceedings, he had to admit Sandy Hook was real. And this person still stays in the cult created reality where Sandy Hooks was a hoax. And I don't hold that against him, because it was a very cleverly crafted hoax. It was a very believable hoax. That's how cults operate. Anyway, we needed a wee bit of Alex Jones, didn't we? The cuck cult. Now, was Alex Jones the genesis for this? Was he? It's an actual film out called Cuck.
The greatest threat to our nation is this false sense of diversity. That is the greatest fallacy of the past century.
Here's Alex Jones.
Today was a pretty rough day for me. I lost a lot of money, and I lost a car, and I lost a job. But everywhere I go, there's
Have you still got your foreskin?
And they're running the show.
Brown people everywhere, man. Same narrative everywhere.
Our country, it's shifting, not just in terms of politics or morality, but culturally.
You can't be proud to be white and male anymore. It's not politically correct.
We sometimes record it.
You can't be proud to be white and male. Shit, in the summertime I better stop fucking walking about with my taps off and my dick hanging out. Fuck! Walking down the street going, I'm proud to be, I'm white and I'm white and I'm white, y'all. I'm white and I'm white and I'm white, y'all. I'm white and I'm right and I'm white, y'all. Shit, I've made that illegal. And then I need to start putting up with my mandatory gay sex that Jim Dawson told me happens. You know that gay sex stuff's fucking mandatory nowadays, according to Jim Dawson.
All you gotta do is follow the script.
Wait till you hear some of his stuff tonight, man. I mean, this guy's living in a medieval fucking castle. In fact, I think he would if he could, with his fucking swords and his armour and all that pish.
You do that, Ronnie? Can you follow the script?
But you can any.
See, if I was going to get some cunt to go and do Jim Dawson in, you know who would get to do it? Crocodile Dundee. No, sorry, scrub that, wrong person. You'll see why I made the mistake. Fuck, what's his name? Indiana Jones. Right? Because Jim Dawson be standing there with his big fucking knights. The God will save me! My Knights Templar Claymore! And I think Jim Dawson's about fucking yay big. And he's a big claymore like, I'm going to kill you, smite you with the sword of the... And fucking... what's his name? Indiana Jones will be standing there. It's like that. Before Jim Dawson can even fucking pick that hang up.
I need to be!
The greatest threat to our nation is the fragmentation of our people.
Does he have access to weapons, guns, knives, anything?
45.
Ooh, sounds cool.
Isn't it?
Hell yeah. When the fire comes, you're gonna burn.
I need you.
Must have watched Infowars, eh?
Are you ready to take the red pill? Or are you just another cuck?
So that meme itself has been elevated to such a level to represent the heartstrings that the social media have used to indoctrinate a lot of white males. To being very close to being militant Christians, as Jim Dawson runs a militant Christian order. Anyway, where's my moose? Loose about this moose. That's the cuck.
These are bad people. My phone call, as an example, with the president of Ukraine was perfect. Everybody that looked at it. And the only reason I released it was that the Democrats put out a phony narrative. So I had no choice. And I don't want to do that as president. Every time a president from a country calls me or I call them, we have to release the text. How can you do business that way?
You're not a nice
Who's going to want to
person.
speak to your president? So now the Democrats are making a pathetic bid to save Sleepy Joe. Sleepy Joe Biden. He was only a good vice president because
He's going to win 2 elections off of memes. Crooked Hillary and Sleepy Joe.
he understood how to kiss Barack Obama's ass.
Woo! Yeah,
Congresswoman Omar is an America-hating socialist. She minimized the September 11th attack on our homeland. Where far more than 3,000 people died, saying some people did something. Big deal. Some people did something. Representative Omar has a history of launching virulent anti-Semitic screeds, whether you like it or not. So in the case of Turkey and Syria and the Kurds, we could send in 1,000 troops for a military conflict with Turkey.
We could.
No, you don't want to do that. We could hit Turkey very hard financially. Or we could mediate a deal between Turkey and the Kurds. I like
Kick all their asses, take all their money, fuck them.
We were supposed to be in Syria for 30 days. We've now been there for 10 years. We were supposed to be in Afghanistan for a short period of time. We're now going to be there for close to 19 years. It's time to bring them home. It's time to bring them home.
A nasty person.
So there's a wee Trump update. Everybody's distracted with the bullshit, and the geopolitical landscape's getting reshaped. Let's have a look at Chunky Mark. I'm sure this is all Chunky Mark.
Oh.
I mean, I'm beginning to think this guy's a robot. It's the same shit, same rhetoric, just... The Tories are bad, the Tories are liars. 2 minutes of laughing at them in the front pages of the newspaper. And I'm not sticking up for the Tories, just... understand.
Boris is on the run. The Tories are on the run. The DUP are on the run. The ERG are on the run.
No, these mobs on the run, Trump.
Hello, is that John Claude? Is Bosie the Clown calling from London? I'm begging you, EU. I'm begging you.
That's not a bell.
Please, can we have a deal? Hulk is sad. Front page of the Tory graph. PM won't concede too much. What does that even mean? Just a border down the Irish Sea. A united Ireland. Yes. What happened to... This is our final offer. Take it or leave it. Boris the Etonian gammon-eating surrender monkey on the phone.
See how funny it is listening to him? I mean, go and listen to your typical Tommy Robinson dude. And both of them will tell you complete opposite things of the same event. Completely different. But just depends what cult you're in. Fox. I never knew who this mob was. But I think they're the opposite to Fox.
Fox cherry picking through polling, of course. And
we need pigeon tits to tell us.
all right, everyone, they're doing it again. Fox cherry picking through polling, of course, and taking the one-off Fox poll on impeachment. It was a snap poll and running with it. The irony is hilarious here.
The irony is hilarious here. He's slagging the left for doing that as the right does it all the time. They both pointing at each other and go, no, they're lying, no, they're lying, no, they're lying. And say you can't trust the government at every bit of paper that proves them wrong, and then everything that proves them right, go, look, even the government agree with us. And that works for the press as well.
Here's Vox, which is, you know, actually far left, not just establishmentarian, but, you know, partisan left, generally speaking, liberal. Taking a poll from Fox News, of all places, which is cast off as the boogeyman of the left, or at least it used to be until alt media became more dominant, and assuming its veracity, let me issue the same warning that I always issue, whether it's pro-Trump, anti-Trump, seemingly, or whatever. Numbers cannot be trusted if you're talking about a single poll. When you're talking about one Fox News poll, Fox News has been all over the place with regards to polling anyway. With regards to, for instance, Trump's approval, you look back through the Fox News polls. One poll will have him 10 points beyond the aggregate. It'll be, you know, similar to Rasmussen. Another one, it'll act like an MSNBC poll. It'll show him in the mid-30s. There's no consistency. This is why you use an aggregate. If you have enough inconsistencies that are directional, and you amalgamate those numbers together for long enough, you can get a trend line that shows you more or less the reality. You can't have an exact reality. I don't know, for instance, the exact number of people who approve of Trump, the exact number of people who disapprove, the exact number of people who don't give a fuck or whatever. I can't.
Couldn't hear him there. Let me guess at the synopsis. Trump's good. Vox trying to prove Trump is bad. They're using bad data, and Pigeon Tits here is going to tell you how. But I'm just pointing out Vox because I wasn't aware of them. I think they're a new creation. Relatively new. It appears to be a really well-funded and resourced left-wing media outfit to counter the alt-right. So it's basically the alt-left. And the reason I was interested in them was because I came across a few bits of their bobs on Netflix documentaries. I was watching Netflix documentaries and I was like, right, well, it's a pretty cool documentary. I like this, you know. It's like, it's obviously made with a wee bit of tickle your balls, tickle your vagina. But it was like, it's obvious anti-Trump stuff. And then it was this mob. Not just thrown out any of the information I may have gleaned from their documentaries, but it's disheartening when you can't just find a documentary and it's made by Bob. You know, just Bob. Bob made a fucking documentary with his handheld fucking camera. No bells, no whistles, just fucking Bob. I mean, you go and look into that fucking loose change shit and all that, and all you do is get snakes in the grass, and then we are change and the whole shebang network, charlatan, fucking truth and industrial complex money making outfits. Anyway, I wanted to show you something on Netflix, but it's obviously asking me to sign in. I want to show you Netflix. Why can't I remember, man? What was it on there? Vox? Nah, it doesn't tell you on that. So anyway, the sky is a falling. Let's have a wee catch up with what's happening inside Syria.
Ey Avrupa Birliği.
Hey, Macarena, right? Macarena,
Ey
Macarena, right? Macarena.
Ey
Macarena, alright. Tell you it's fucking him, isn't it? Whoo! Dallas Gold, big your fucking tits out of that. That's the Macarena guy. Get ears like a fucking... Ears like a rhino. Ears like a fucking rhino. But there's the fucking Macarena guy who goes up and stage and just he's going to fucking promise to flood Europe with billions of brown people in boats, and he's like, give you hundreds of fucking immigrants. Hey, European Union, hey! I like this guy's style. Him and Duterte are my favourites. Those guys like to party. Anyway, sorry, I just had to get that Macarena out of me. See if you get a Macarena in you, whew, get it out of you ASAP. Macarena!
Hey, European Union, get a hold of yourself.
Hey,
Look,
Macarena!
I'm telling you again. If you describe our operation as an invasion again, we'll take the easy road. We'll open the doors and send you 3.6 million refugees.
Some would say he's already done that. Hey, Macarena, hi! I've got a cornetto for later as well. Anyway, I thought that was brilliant.
This is a message from a Syrian to the American people. The media is trying to make you believe that we Syrians are sad to see US soldiers leave. Your media
I'm just
lying
happy to
you.
watch you.
Syrians oppose both.
See, if I was head of America, I would bomb Syria just to get her to make YouTube videos I could watch.
The US and Turkish illegal occupation of our country. None were invited. No matter what the circumstances, the end of the illegal occupation of sovereign Syria is a great thing.
If you were having dinner and stuff, you'd clearly need to ask her to stop talking. Or get that bobblehead sorted out. But apart from that...
Trump announced the pullout, but the neocons and the neoliberals...
I can talk. I've got more a bobble body.
...are trying to stop it. They want to keep US soldiers in Syrian oil fields. They're trying to fool you into believing that ending US occupation is a tragedy and that Kurds will be abandoned to genocide.
She's more beautiful than Angelina Jolie, man, isn't she?
The truth is, the neocons don't care about the Kurds.
Apart from her bobblehead. Get out of my shop! You're hanging with Indians too much.
Kurds, their greatest fear is that the Kurds would reconcile with the Syrian government and mount a joint defense against the Turkish invasion. Their greatest fear is that their plans to regime change, divide and balkanize Syria would be ruined. They haven't even tried to hide this. You can see it in their headlines and in the words of Lindsey Graham. They would rather every last Kurdish fighter get slaughtered by Turkey than have them ally with Assad and make Syria a whole country again. The people in northeast Syria want the Syrian army to come in and protect them. They are celebrating right now at the prospect. US soldiers are not protecting the Kurds. They're just getting...
Shit, what's she talking about again?
...caught in the crossfire. They cannot even fire back at Turkey. It's their NATO ally after all, and they have their military bases there. But the Syrian army has no qualms about firing on Turkey. In fact, they already have been. You see...
Right, I'm done. That's my Syria update. No, that wouldn't work. I'm talking to myself. Hey, Macarena. Hey, Macarena. Alright. Right, let's talk about batshit crazy shit about Batwoman.
I cannot wait till the new Batwoman series is released. For those...
Right, I don't get it. Are you a truther or a film and TV fucking critic? Now, I understand the rabbit hole of the Illuminati symbolism makes you believe that everything on TV's got Illuminati symbolism and you can't watch a cartoon, a film, a daytime TV show, a quiz show without seeing Illuminati shit all over the gaff. And this is a echo of that. But for fuck's sake, man, what is it with particular things that the truther community seem like sort of a compelled to do movie reviews about? Yeah, you know it's coming later on. After this one. But now, this guy's narrative is hilarious. Irish Nathan. Now, again, this is another Irish guy. that somehow, some way seems more compelled to talking about like fucking British politics while pretending to be a nationalist. Cuckoo! Cuckoo! I know, no sense. It's like fucking that Mike fucking Robinson. All those Ulster fucking Irish bastards. It's just a coincidence. It's just a coincidence they're all in the truth movement. But anyway, let's talk about Batwoman.
Most people who don't know, there's this channel in America called the CW, and it's going to air this really woke superhero TV series in October.
Super woke. That's code for the dead left wing. I mean, they've got a woman that's meant to be Batwoman, but it's not good enough for a man.
Called Batwoman, and I've talked about it before, and today we've got another trailer to look at. The feminism is on another level in this show by the looks of it.
Oh my lordy, they're talking about vaginas.
But I have to say, I think this looks so cringe-inducingly bad that
you're going to watch it and make many clips about it. So when was this? September the 15th. Oh, last month. Right, okay, I was like, huh?
The British Academy of Film and Television Arts has introduced some new diversity requirements for productions in order for them to be eligible to win a BAFTA award. Basically, from now on, if
is this guy a truther, a YouTube content creator, a independent journalist, whatever bullcrap fucking tag he labels himself as, or a film and TV critic? I don't get it. Because apparently these people never watch films or TV because they're all Illuminati. But then, funnily enough, they spend all their time talking about how Illuminati all the film and TV is. Do you know it was a Wikipedia fact? Due to myself, that Mark Dice was the New World Order fashion reporter. Wikipedia fact for about 3 weeks. Till some cunt told him. And he got it removed. But it was a fact. A Wikipedia fact for 3 weeks. And Mark Dice back in the day would just slag people off, sag celebrities off all the time, just making constant content about celebrities. Anyway, I'm going back to my lolly.
Series wants to be in the running for a BAFTA, the producers will have to make sure their series conforms to diversity and left-wing identity politics.
Well, you won't need to worry about that then, mate, because I don't think you're going to be making any films or anything like that fucking anytime fucking soon. Yeah, Irish atheist come right-wing newborn love Christian culture, hate the brown person
I'm really
weirdo.
Sorry for spamming people with so many videos, but it seems that this is what the YouTube algorithm.
This, like, now I don't care what people say this guy's name is. That is an Igor. If I've ever, not only is he a fucking Igor, he stays in fucking Romania. Stays in fucking Dracula's castle. Look at him. When he's not making YouTube clips, he's fucking hanging around bell towers going, the bells! I'm not even joking. That's his fucking part-time job.
Once, and I need to put some bread on the table. But this is something that I really enjoy talking about, which is...
But it's just a coincidence me and all my friends are talking about the same TV shows and the same ratings and the same... Like, remember earlier on they were talking about Vox plucking particular polls to back up their bullshit? Now they're all doing the exact same shit with TV shows, ratings, and Rotten Tomato fucking ratings, as if that's some sort of a political gauge.
It's quite upsetting because everyone is talking about this, and it seems that I'm jumping on a bandwagon rather than talking about...
So the narrative goes, Rotten Tomato rating depends how woke the film is, not how good or bad it is, it just depends how on the left it is. And the watchers, the audience rating is the right-wing trolls that bombard these fucking things to try and... It's just bullshit. All about Batwoman. You know what? See if you don't like Batwoman, don't fucking watch it. Tell you what, man. Woman wearing a fucking batsuit, man. I'm in. Man. I don't care how woke it is. It'll just blah. Watching it. Imagine Syrian girl as Batwoman. Ooh. Oh man, she would make a good fucking Batwoman, wouldn't she? She would make a good Lara Croft. She'd need to fix out her bobblehead, but I'm pretty sure you could get a good fucking some surgery, a wee string on the top of your head, sort of that right out.
Revealed. That's one camera for every 2 people. The most surveilled city in China, Shangjing, not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, is equipped with more than 2.5 million street cameras, or 1 for every 6 people.
I'm a bit confused as why this is in here.
Because they're not allowed to finding a job, to paying bills. Change will also be applied to male restrooms, which will all happens when the media
talking
and the
about toilets, trannies and toilets. All these guys like to talk about.
The people
completely lost why that's in there. But anyway, let me just poke my head down here. Batwoman. Now let's look at all the Jokers. Now it's quite phony. Right, let's make some jokes about Jokers. About Joker.
For this video, I want to talk about the Joker movie. It was released 1 week before this video was uploaded. I've got lots to say about it. Although I know
it's a fucking movie. Get some popcorn. Get your dick sucked as you're fucking watching it, man. Because you're fucking typically your woman won't be into that Joker shit. And then fucking I don't know. Enjoy the movie. Go, you know that Joker film? It was actually alright. And then wake up the next day and go on with your life. Say that obsessing and fucking... Do the people not understand the Illuminati deep state magic trick that's all in this is getting you all obsessed and fucking panties in a bunch about shit that doesn't really matter? Fuck. Ooh, let's try and read 1,000,000 and different one fucking bits of shit into the Joker. On what levels was it similar to the Matrix? Where's the red pill and the red pill and the Technicolor Raincoat pill? Where's the red pill and the Technicolor Raincoat pill narratives in this movie that in 3 months' time no cunt will fucking remember? Anyway, let's listen. Guess who? That's got to be his nickname. Guess who? Because that's a plastic nose and glasses, isn't it? Like, who's he think he's kidding? He's some deep state Illuminati operative.
Many others have said a lot as well. This film has been talked about on various other channels, quite a few. But
so why not dilute this pish down some more? You know, let's all pretend we're a film critic. I watched the film, it was about Joker. Let's see how I can put some right-wing narrative spin on it.
I genuinely do believe that I have my own unique perspective. Obviously, I will have to repeat a few things that others might have said in relation to the background of the film and so on.
Well, Sean Connery, no Sean Connery.
I do think I have my own
Brian Connolly
as well, so bear with me in this video, and I don't think you'll be disappointed.
Fucking morons. That's what
Before the movie was even released, it spared a warning from the US Army Criminal Investigation Command after info from Texas Law Agency and the FBI discovered some chatter online. Very, very strange. I mean, this is what supposedly was the case.
Yeah, supposedly, you know, I investigated this myself with my team of detectives, or I read it in some random fucking Fruit Loop internet fucking post. Now I'm just here with my air of confidence, rhyming and repeating that shit.
It never really got confirmed in any way. No one was arrested. There was no kind of death.
It's a pile of shit, but
definite indications of this. But it was based around fears of after the 2012 Aurora shooting, where someone supposedly dressed up as the Joker and went.
Don't you know that was a false flag? Go and listen to Infowars when that happened. It was a false flag, Illuminati deep state operative to take our guns away. This guy wasn't even listening to Infowars at the time. Anyway.
Ready?
Right. No matter 8 months, this fucking anonymous now that I'm not having a go at any good, lovely people that fucking were in anonymous and all that in any level, but it's my humble belief that, like, who set the anonymous up? Who's pointing the herd in particular directions? And in hindsight, I can see that. Go and watch this guy's channel. I'm also annoyed that he stole my red alert. Look, uses my yellow and red warning sign colour code. Prick. See? I copyrighted that.
That latest, unnecessary, most uncomfortable movie, that is keeping in trend with, butchering all of our favourite movie and comic.
See how easy this is to produce something very professional? One day, you film that guy going like that, in front of a monitor, and you've always got that stock footage. And then everything else is just like pictures, isn't it? Put into a pre-made template, Sony Vegas or something, with one audio over it. Could be anybody, anywhere, for any reason. Overnight, after YouTube hijacked the algos back, got 50,000 subs. And then go and look at the consistent narrative the guy puts out, and dressing himself up as anonymous. Anyway,
what's happening,
more
good people?
jokers.
Jeff C here. Just wanted to talk to you a bit about what I worked on today. A video that is up on my BitChute. And
you were working on something?
Dealing with the Joker.
Oh, right, you watched the movie and then talked about it and filmed yourself.
Hello, everyone.
Oh,
In today's
hello.
video...
Oh, hello, baby. Woo! Here's some of the alt-right Barbies that nobody can understand, that these little porcelain dolls get put up there, frolicking with each other. Oh, hello. What's her name? I forgot. Sutherland. Kiefer Sutherland. I forget her name anyway. You would pump her, but you'd be worried about your foreskin with those gnashers. But anyway, pretty boner here. Nobody can see that these little fucking porcelain pretty dolls have been picked and put on the pedestals for all the limp dick guys. Oh. And if you're offended with that, you were the limp dick guy that was masturbating over her. I only masturbated with her over her with the sound down. I pretended she was Chunky Mark's girlfriend, rather than who was Hitler's missus? Viva Braun? Am I getting that wrong? Shit, I should know my Hitler fucking. I went to BB. I should know my Hitler fucking family tree. Anyway, let's just watch her.
I'd like to add my 2 cents.
Yeah, I know. Everybody wants to add their fucking 2 cents about a fucking film. You know what? Go and go and get your fucking soapbox, stand in the fucking high street and go, hear me! I want to talk about the Joker, but who the fuck are you? Listen, you know what, mate? I'll watch the fucking Joker and I'll come up with my own fucking pish or these fucking pretend fucking. Honest to God, what the fuck goes through? I know, Jeff C. Well, this is the work I done today. Yes, I went on to. I illegally watched the Joker with a shite copy, watched a few other conspiratard theories on the film, and concocted it into my own jibber jabber. Good day's work. Anyway, she talking hen. Top down a wee bit, and we need to see more of your body. Your wee porcelain doll face just isn't cutting it. You know, this is the era of the internet and porn hen. Now, there was me thinking this guy was our kitchen porter. I thought he was a kitchen porter. Because he says something fucking completely weird and fucked up.
To her.
Oh, here we go.
Hospital porters, pride and dignity. Stop the New World Order. Welcome.
Apparently he's not a hospital porter anymore. I thought he was a kitchen porter at first. Just because. Anyway, so this guy is our well-known UFO expert on the YouTubes. Again, that now qualifies this guy to be our resident film reporter. Remember drumsticks, man. Oh, business.
To Herpanmo TV. This is another Herpanmo TV roving film review. I know you guys love them, so I'm doing another one. Yeah, in this film I will be reviewing the 2019 movie Joker. I'm just heading into Littlemore now. This is an area of Oxford I used to live in. I'm not going down the back alley this time because it's a bit too...
No! I'm a school kid. He's no good in the back alley. Up the back alley, up the back alley. Ooh. No, sorry, it's me just being childish. But, mate, you're telling us about your inside leg measurement. I thought you were doing a film review on the Joker.
Muddy, but I'm...
Imagine Jonathan Ross started Film 29 or Film Tonight or whatever that show's called. And he's like, yes, sat down and watched the Joker today. But before I'd done that, I popped into wee Margaret's, bought some rolls and had a fucking lovely fried roll and slice and onion. I know Jonathan Ross eats that shit. And I don't think that would make the cut. I think the BBC would sack him.
Just going along the roads here. I'm going to the View Cinema this time, and it's actually only about 10 o'clock in the morning. The showing is actually 10:35. It's nice early.
Jokers. So I'm going to make a video today that is basically me playing devil's advocate. Now, it's important for me to say that because what I'm going to propose to you in this video is something that's been on my mind.
Trump might be a wanker?
I don't know if it's true, but it's a set of ideas that I've kind of been toying with for the last few days.
Oh, have you had your life expectancy in the cult?
And I want to explore them with you a little bit. My intention, therefore, is to get you thinking, perhaps even for you to debunk what I'm saying. So this is merely a thought experiment, because I could be totally wrong, so feel free to tell me so in the comments.
Wow, we have never heard anybody so nervous to voice a point of view ever before in my life. Feel free to put a bullet in my head if you disagree with this.
I'm not going to try to convince you of anything. My intention is to merely offer an alternative that could be the truth, a theory that might fit the facts. Some other content creators have touched upon some of this already. I would advise that you watch Devon Stack's take on the Joker movie.
Oh God, oh fucking mighty. There's the sky is falling.
Now, most explicitly, we just had another movie drop, which I believe is predictive programming for future.
Oh God! Listen, don't watch it if you think it's predictive programming.
Review of Todd.
Fuck me, man! Even fucking Gandhi here is fucking getting into the here, fucking go and fucking sing Hare Krishna with some fucking flip-flops on, you bastard. What you doing film reviews about Joker? Is that no bad for your chi? You know fucking, could you know been fucking, like, sticking your head, contorting your head up your arse and fucking hovering for fucking a few hours instead of watching some of that bad foreign Illuminati muck that will fuck up your Hare Krishna chi? Fucking Gandalf. The Great. Want to be flibbity flobbity flu. I swallowed a thesaurus, did you? Anyway, fuck me. That really annoys me. There we go. Oh, the yin to the yang. The Joker wankers. Picture of health. Batwoman and fucking Joker with a bunch of fucking Jokers and fucking Bat fucking Finks. Oh, I don't know. I just don't know. Anyway, good luck to them. I just like to point and laugh at them, to be honest. So what's that? I'm a bad man. Shouldn't do that. Innocent victims of the tick. I need to start doing some more YouTube psychosis. I forgot that because I want to annoy people. I say that out loud.
Well, good morning. I'm outside the Southwark Crown Court with David Noakes, having hot-footed it up from South Wales this morning. And David was here at Southern Crown Court to respond to the court's attempt to fleece him of everything that he might still believe that he has as possession. So, David, unfortunately, I didn't make it in time because it took me 2 hours to get up from South Wales and then an hour to get across London. So unfortunately, I literally arrived in the court.
Fat bastard can even get there in time, Mr. Toad. Does Mr. Toad
give us an
know he's
update on
only
what
fucking Toad
transpired in the
maybe or
court this
something?
morning?
Well, I told the court that Linda Thayer, an innocent woman who is in a French jail put there by the MHRA, is still on hunger strike after 2 months and has now attempted suicide twice, and she almost certainly will not see the new year in. The MHRA will almost certainly kill her by Christmas. But that's no problem for them. They kill 200,000.
Now, this is another example of what... Try to choose my next... No, I'm going to go for a cornetto. No, for the cornetto. I'll let it share a bit. War on sugar! See, I'm fucking, that's, war is over. No, it's fucking not. I'm fucking got a war on sugar, and if it kills me, I'm going to eat every last fucking drop of fucking sugar I can find. That's what the war on sugar means, doesn't it? I'm going to town on that shit. Snorting sugar, eating sugar. Anyway, this is another victim. Him, his missus, Melanie Shaw, right? Go and object, like... Imagine for 1 second there isn't a deep state Illuminati fucking conspiracy, and these are people... Oh, man. This is all wrapped up in GC math and tax and money and a lot of money, and... We only hear the half of it. If they weren't trying to take the piss... See when you go and look at all these people that are wrapped up in this shit, not Melanie Shaw, but these people, it's tax fraud, or they're trying to dodge tax. Right? And you can bounce about this country and maybe murder 10, 11, 12 people, and you might not get incarcerated. See if you try and fuck with a tax man, straight to motherfucking jail. See if you try and fucks with tax fucking men and women between countries and wrap it up and all sorts of shit, you're going to fucking to jail. Like, these people aren't they fucking retards, or are they? And then Mr. Toad rocks up and tries to dress it up as some sort of Illuminati persecution for GC math and cancer treatment. It's like that fucking Roger Hayes prick. They're all about tax dodging bastards.
1,000 people a year, so what does one more matter? So they wanted me to fill out a form of everything I possess. We've already done that verbally with my solicitor. But having nearly 5 years ago taken all my bank accounts away, they want to make absolutely certain that I have nothing left. Because, of course, if I have nothing, I can't make GC math anymore, which is the exercise. The entire exercise is aimed at preventing GC math from ever hitting the public.
And scaring the crap out of anybody who also thinks they might go down that same path.
So the MHRA came at me with a 26-year jail sentence, 14 years in England, and then they illegally contacted their opposite numbers in France, Oakalesp, where the most corrupt judge I have ever seen, Judge Jean-Luc Godard.
Jean-Luc Picard?
Invented
It's in a fucking
9 charges for me.
Spaceman?
Out of the figment of his imagination.
Yes.
Neither Lynn nor I ever did anything in France with GC math, although Lynn did rent a holiday home there.
Oh, we didn't do anything, although we did rent a holiday home, you know.
So Godard found 2 little GC math companies, Durzam from Holland and Cyto Innovations from France put them together, declared a conspiracy which allowed him to use the terrorism parts of the European arrest warrant. So Linda Thayer and I are terrorists in France. And then he used 13 police, 4 with machine guns, to arrest us. But of course, that was a Monday, and we'd left on the Sunday because we were only there at weekends. We never did anything with GCMF in France. He also committed a perjury.
I believe you.
Lynn had 11 million euros in her account. And of course, that enabled money laundering, which enabled the European arrest warrant to get passed by the French. And then Judge Supperstone in London a couple of months ago, 2 years after the event, stated that actually the amount was 11,000, not 11 million. It didn't matter. The perjury had already got the European arrest warrant issued. So Linda Thayer,
look, listen, if you've got cancer or anything, I'm not advising you to do anything or not to do anything.
Life again.
Research everything.
French prisons are the worst in Europe.
Maybe GC
So
math.
what happened in the court case this morning was...
Maybe it's not.
My wife, Lorraine Noakes, her case is now finished. The MHRA closed her personal and business bank accounts 4.5 years ago, and the court has now seized all that money, well, 60,000, all the money in the accounts, and that will now be distributed under the Proceeds of Crime Act between the judge, the prosecutors, the evil Gillian Jones, who may in fact be satanic, and the police. And
imagine walking into a courtroom and you're satanic, you're satanic. Well, mate, maybe she's satanic, I don't know. But your hair looks like a sketch pad. I'm not going to shout that at you in court, especially if you're the judge. But
they didn't do anything with me
your
because
incarceration.
I submitted an email last Wednesday putting 8 relevant points. The fact that the MHRA's Andrew Graham committed perjury in his witness statement to Canterbury Crown Court to get all our bank accounts seized. And he committed 3 main perjuries. The first one was to say there are no scientific research papers for GCMF. Now that's absolutely devastating for us because it makes us look like cowboys. But actually, the truth is there are 1,180 scientific research papers on GCMF on Google Scholar, and there are 300 scientists who have written 150 scientific research papers.
Your Honour, go and watch this YouTube clip.
And half of them made it through to the American National Library of Medicine, the world's top repository for scientific research papers, and the MHRA keeps saying they don't exist. I've got 6 on me. You can pull 150 off the web.
I'll see you later, mate. Can you do me 4?
Liars, and they need to be taken to account for this perjury. They also said that I had not paid any tax in England, making me out to be a tax cheat, when in actual fact I was
told you it was all about tax,
paid all the tax there. And the last year I was in Guernsey, 2014, I paid the absolute maximum tax cap, a cheque for 110,000, because I foolishly thought Guernsey was being nice to me. So I actually paid over the top on tax, and they keep saying we don't pay tax. And then the final point was, the final of many points, but anyway, that Lorraine Noakes had £345,000 worth of income from Immunobiotech. No, she didn't. The Immunobiotech had paid European Fulfillment Limited, her company, 345,000 was turnover for her company. She spent $250,000 on couriers. She had lots of other expenses, and then you get down to the net profit. And then after net profit,
it looks a wee peeny bit like Piers Morgan's dad.
That is what she really earned. That was the benefit that she really had. But no, they are saying she had £345,000 worth of benefit. And Andrew Graham was doing the presentation today, the witness statement today, and that was full of perjury. Basically, it says that turnover is my benefit. No, my benefit.
Right, and all joking aside and all that, but that poor woman's in a jail in France. This cunt's at the end of his tether going through all sorts of bull crap. And it's because he's been taking advice from the likes of the UK column and Ian R. Crane, thinking they're some sort of a do-gooders when they're a political charity that are doing, that causing all this civil disobedience as a way of trying to facilitate political change. I do believe.
Got some bad news today, and I feel like I...
Now, when somebody in the truther community talks about bad news, you know it's bad.
Should say something about this because, well, from what I've learned, 108 Morris 108. If you know Morris, he has passed away, and that's terrible news for one.
That is terrible.
And what makes it even worse is that YouTube had destroyed his channel about a month.
What, worse than death itself? Oh my lord, as if like dying itself isn't bad enough and YouTube deletes his channel.
Ago. I didn't really know about this, but they had terminated his channel.
I heard he's now a go-go dancer in Cambodia.
About a month ago. And then he got sick and passed away. So here is the GoFundMe here.
Right, see, up until that point, I was like, oh, poor guy, man, he's dead. And then, like, boom! Oh, fuck. A picture in a hospital bed doesn't really swing it for me. You know, I was talking about this the other day. I wish I could remember the guy's channel. Oh, see if I came across it right. But anyway, at the point when everybody's monetization and money earning capacity off of YouTube talking shite went down to zero, this guy had his YouTube channel hacked and deleted all the channels just apart from two, and he's now got it back. At the same time, somebody came in his work and stabbed him, and he's sorry to be away, and there's going to be changes on his channel and all that. See, when the arse falls out of your YouTube channel and your money fucking earning has just went from there to there, go and look at the earlier on example I showed with Millennial Woes. It fucks with people. And a lot of people don't know what to do. And they can't be honest because they're in this truth community cult. And which means you can't be honest. In the truther cult, you can't be honest because if you're honest within the cult, you get kicked out. Chemtrails and load of shit. Oh! You know what I mean? It causes problems.
So they say Morris has passed away because of severe dengue. His condition rapidly declined over the past few days. Blood was coming out of his right eye and mouth.
I hope this guy isn't really
failing. His heart stopped beating for a while and all that.
See if I see the picture with the blood coming out his eye, then I might believe it. Come on, but even then, I can do that wee bit of makeup.
So it's nice to see that people were able to raise money for him, for his family, to get expenses. I don't know if they're still accepting money.
I just dipped into the chat there and I seen Hugh saying comedy glasses and nose guy, and I know exactly who he's talking about. Rock and Philosophy.
Yes, they still are. So I will post a link below if you want to contribute anything for his family. Now I knew Morris. I collaborated with Morris a few times. I mean, I interviewed him.
So you spoke to him on
my
Skype
show
a couple
times when we did We'll Do It Live way back sort of thing. So I knew Morris and kind of, you know, didn't listen to him a lot over the past few years, although every now and again I would stumble upon his videos. And he was a dude. Okay, so like his thing here was he was in Cambodia, and he was, you know, you could see visibly he was very poor. He basically just
making YouTube clips
would wander around Cambodia and put up these really cool videos because you'd see a different part of the world. I mean, a completely different sort of lifestyle. And I remember seeing years back the shack that he lived in, which is right next to a river sort of thing, and it was like, I mean, it's hard for us to understand what it's like to live like that. Not that it's a terrible thing or anything. He chose to live that way.
20 cents a
but
day.
It's a totally different world sort of thing.
For 5-star accommodation in Cambodia.
Luxuries and comforts and
I looked up on TripAdvisor.
Convenience of living, say, in the West, and you go and you live somewhere where you're just basically, and you.
God rest his wee soul if he's actually dead. Sick bastard. Why should speculating about a man's death? Oh, hold on, he spent his whole fucking life speculating about people's deaths, so hold on, that's alright. Hong Kong hijacked by the far right.
There you go, mate. Sorry, buddy.
Avi Yemeni all of a sudden has an affiliation with the Hong Kongers.
I really enjoy talking to everyone. Some people don't like talking to me. I'm glad you want to talk to me. You're all right. Thanks, buddy. Thanks so much. Good on you. Let's go for a walk. This time I have a positive story for you. At one of the protests for Hong Kong here in Melbourne, a Chinese mainlander approached me as a fan of my work. Now he's obviously followed me.
Your work, what do you mean, going around annoying people? Calling everybody lefties and filming it and going, look how crazy these people are, I've just poked them with a stick.
Government capitalists.
Well, you know what happens if you build a business in China?
What
and
happens?
You start having success? You won't have success for very long. They'll repossess it from you. They'll take your assets. They'll seize your property.
That guy stayed in China for. You can look how long that guy stayed in China. You can tell.
It's a bit of an oxymoron, really, because I mean, you see the hardcore theft of.
So this is what he calls work: going to protests on topics that he doesn't agree with, and poke them with a stick, and film it, and go, look how crazy these people are. Good work if you can get it. Him and Tommy Robinson have cracked it. China and Hong Kong.
There is no doubt that China is emerging as a regional powerhouse. In the past 30 years, its GDP has grown from just $177 billion to $12.2 trillion. But there is a flaw in China's model of growth. Demographic data shows that the country is now facing a severe decline in population. China's fertility rate is dropping, people are living longer, and the workforce is shrinking. For a country whose young workforce
they've not got enough billion slaves
is
left
the
to fucking
backbone
throw in
of
the
its
factories.
economy, these demographic trends are harbingers of social, economic, and political disaster. I'm your host Shirvan, and welcome to Caspian Report. In cybersecurity, there are two types of people: those who have been hacked and those who will be. NordVPN encrypts your user data,
hold on. Interrupt the broadcast. I'm going to check my visible panty line. VPL. Am I getting mixed up? Is he trying to sell me a visible panty line?
making it
I don't want a
unreadable
panty
to
line.
hackers, governments, and ISP operators. So prepare for what's.
Why do all these doomsayers sell you VPNs? Is it a coincidence? Is that a little coincidence? Does anybody think that's a coincidence? Canned food and VPNs and AR-15s.
Alright, everyone, we have to talk.
Alright, everyone, we've got to talk about, and I don't know about yous, when I want to find out what's going on in Hong Kong, I ask a pigeon-titted, high-functioning Asperger's American who's staying in the Netherlands. This is where I go for all my news. That's why I'm fucking got my thumb on the beat. Got my thumb on the beat and my finger on the pulse. Yeah, both fucking angles covered. Got fucking thumb on the beat and I'll get a finger on the pulse.
Can I Chinese order. I don't know how to say it, but
I don't know how to say this, but I love your work, man. I'm pretty sure Avi Yemeni is massive in China. Makes perfect sense.
This week in censorship, most Americans finally learned.
Man, what, like, all these independent journalists all of a sudden focusing on the same...
So those of you who are active...
All these same talking heads sitting with the same resources as me and you. They're experts in Sweet Fanny Adams. Lucky if they can fucking edit a clip together okay. And now they're all geopolitical strategist, analyst experts. All now talking about China and Hong Kong. What's wrong in Hong Kong? And all telling you how good Trump is. What could possibly go wrong? Buy a visible panty line and get GC math or whatever it is. Well, hope that doesn't make people seasick. Right, here's fucking comedy gold.
Extinction Rebellion! What's going on? There's people dressed up as clowns, there's women in red capes like some out of Star Wars. It's all over Europe, it's all over America, Canada, Australia. They're everywhere again saying, we're all going to die in 10 years if you don't stop your wicked ways. Stop.
Well, with him, you're just going to burn forever in eternity unless you fucking follow the book.
Using your car, but they all drove there. What's going on? I'll tell you. Join me in the Templar Report.
Join me in the Templar Report. But that doesn't do
Voodoo
this.
music, mad stuff. Music that makes folk take their clothes off and behave.
Woo! Yeah, party! Where's this voodoo music, man? Take your go! Woo! Tonight we're gonna party like it's 1999. I want some voodoo. Let's get some of that. Oh, yo, fucking Margaret, stick some of that voodoo on. I want some voodoo.
Totally inappropriately. We know all about it. But now it's in our churches. What's going on? Watch the Templar Report and I'll explain it all.
Mr. makes a good point. They all talked about Sweden all independently. I know Paul Joseph Watson independently paid Tim Pool to independently go to Sweden and independently talk about no-go zones, which was independently getting talked about in Paris and the UK, which independently exists, but they don't exist. Independently, of course.
To you in fine detail.
Prepare yourselves, people, because this is going to twist your melon, man. This is get voodoo music. This is get snakes and serpents coming out. The 666 and the Illuminati. Whoo, baby! Listen to your rock. You've been listening to your rock and roll music. Then yous have got to repent to God. Save your souls, quick.
Enter with the Templar Report. Excuse me, a lot to go through today, so need to keep an eye on the time. And remember, after you've watched this video,
he's got a flailing to go to. He needs to go and give himself a couple of Hail Marys and all that.
Like the video, click subscribe and press the wee bell button so that you can be notified. And please comment. I want to hear your comments. Now, I'm going to speak about something that's very interesting, and again, try and get through it as quick as we can. Have you ever looked at the world in general and thought, why are people going crazy? You look at
Alex
the churches,
Jones
people are leaping out their chairs, they're laughing, they're screaming in these tongues and all this stuff. And you look at all these left-wing demonstrations and they're all doing the same thing, they're all jumping about and shaking and doing all this. So whether it's in some kind of charismatic church or whether it's in a anti-fat demo or a, what do you call this, Extinction Rebel, these, tree huggers, they're all doing the same thing, they're all going mad. If you look at the rock concerts like Glastonbury, I don't know what the ones are in America or Canada, Australia or New Zealand, I don't know what they call them in Germany, but if you get on YouTube you see them all, they're all out their mind in this hypnotic trance and they're all dancing about. Funny thing is, they're all dancing in the same thing. They're all doing the same thing, they're all doing this with their head, they're all doing the same kind of gyrating moves. None of them are doing the Charleston or the Foxtrot. None of them. They're all doing the same kind of jerky movements and weird stuff.
Man, like, I want to go to a rave and do the fucking Foxtrot. Know what I'm saying? What the fuck's going on here? The devil's work.
So I say, whether it's
as I say, it's the devil's work, Jim. I agree with you.
Some mad charlatan in some whacked out church, or it's a climate change demo.
When he says some mad charlatan in some whacked out church, he means any church apart from evangelical Christians church.
They're doing the same thing. But it's not just them that do it. If you even look at the Muslims, they're doing the same thing. Some of them mad churches are in these crazy states. They all have the same look. And it's normally characterised by distorted facial expressions. You know, this mad stuff. Distorted facial expressions and the same...
Jim, right. Gay sex isn't mandatory, so tell that big bufter that's pumping your bum to stop it. And this lady here is clearly full of chemicals, probably some form of ecstasy, which leads to in the process of dancing. So a little education someday for the Knights Templar. This is a genuine shout out to Jim. Jim, gay sex isn't mandatory, so tell that big buffer to stop pumping you every night. He's lying to you. And this lady here is probably full of ecstasy tablets. And if we pumped you full of some ecstasy, see why that big buffer's pumping you, ask him to slip you a pill up your ass. Get that shit straight into your fucking your stream. Take that ecky up your bum. See if you just start to like poke it in. Don't worry, you won't need to get your finger too dirty. It'll just swallow it at some point. Your bum will know what you're doing. And wait for that to kick in. Then the big buffer can get his mandatory gay sex. And while he's pumping you, we'll film your face and see if it distorts letters. Then we'll get back to you, Jim. Then we'll see if you think there was some sort of a serpent coming out you, or you were just out your tits getting pumped with a big buffy.
Kind of weird zombie-like trance state. So, what's going on? What is it? Why is it happening all over the world? I don't even into Borneo or the Amazon or Indonesian jungles. The people there sometimes do the same thing.
I know, Jim, I seen that. Umbongo, the drinking in the Congo, umbongo. I knew that umbongo was racist. And the devil's work. See, all that time I thought it was a fruit juice. That was the devil coming in to release the serpent and me and my siblings through the power of umbongo. Umbongo, the drinking in the Congo. Umbongo, the drinking in the Congo. I knew that was fucking. I knew that was some voodoo. I felt the voodoo. I felt the voodoo when this guy. Oh man. Folks, on a serious note, keep your children away from umbongo. It is the devil's work. Because umbongo, they drink it in the Congo, and those drums will release the voodoo spirit of the serpent in your children.
How can that be? They're not in contact with each other, they don't see each other. So what is happening? Well, as usual, we take...
Oh, as usual, he's got all that...
Take our inspiration from the...
Alright, so the Bible knows what techno music and ecstasy and mandatory gay sex and what contorted faces look like when you're bent over full of ecky getting pumped, Jim. Is that what you're Fuck, I must have missed that bit in the Bible. Hear ye, Jesus, ye, Moses, ye, Peter, Paul, and the plumber, ye. That's Genesis 31:66. And when you're getting pumped up the rear, the Lord shall say, the ecstasy shall take over you, and you get ecky jaw, Theo. The Lord shall say, let there be ecky. And then the Lord said, let there be ecky joy. And as the music went on, then the ecky joy kicked in, and then the people will go to their dentio, and the dentio that shall thou say to thee, get a gum shield, you're grinding your teeth too much, And the Bible sounded like an Australian, A dingo and a springo. Anyway, I'm going to stop trying to speak. What am I trying to speak? But I see I've been fucking practicing my biblical talk. Anyway, Jim, tell us how the good book knows how about ecky jaw, knows what contorted faces look like when big bufters are pumping you and getting their mandatory gay sex. I don't know, like, see if you stayed next door to Jim, would you chap on his door when he's getting bummed off that big buffy who's conned him into thinking that gay sex is mandatory? Would you tell him? Or would you just let the big buffy have his wicked way with him? I'd walk by the big buffy man like that, slip him a couple of eckies, was like that, pop that up his shit, pop that up his pooper, mate, and like fucking film his face. That'll get to me for my YouTube clips, man.
This, God's word, the Bible.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
all in there. It's all in there. We know all about it.
Oh, yeah, it's all in there. Ecky jaw, contorted sex faces, mandatory gay sex. All in there. All.
Oh, simplicity. I'll call it. What's going on? And give you a quick rundown. If you listen to folk music, you know, of the 17th, 18th, even 19th century, it's all much the same right across Europe, right across the world. Folk music's folk music. It's very nice, beautiful.
Yes.
And it makes people very happy.
Oh, fuck yeah, man. I remember the last Bob Dylan fucking concert I went to. Can't remember how many eckies I shoved up my arse.
Then round about the middle of last century, round about the in fact, a wee bit earlier, it was the advent of jazz.
Oh, the mucky music. This isn't fucking, it's the music of the devil.
There's a beat was introduced to European music, and that beat, which then went on.
It was the jungle beat. See, it's the voodoo. They came over there. They came over fucking here with our fucking drums and fucking up here Mozart. Mozart no used drums. Aye, but no the way the voodoo. He used it like a good old-fashioned white man would. No in the voodoo sense. It's not the drum that's evil, it's how you use the drum that's evil. You tell us, Jim.
On to form rock and roll. It's completely alien to us, right? It's alien. It's a kind of 4-beat bar.
Ancient aliens. See? Me and Jim are on the same page here. He knows that rock and roll, it was God didn't give us rock and roll. God gave rock. That's a conspiracy theory. God gave rock and roll to you. No, he didn't. It was the ancient aliens. Anana. Why can I say that? Anunnaki. Can you say that? Anunnaki. The more I think about it, the less I'll be able to try to say it. Anunnaki. Anunnaki. Anyway, it was the Anunnaki. Ancient aliens brought it down from the fallen angels, which is the spirits, dead spirit, the devil spirit.
Rhythmic, and it's characterised by the main instrument on stage is the drums, the drum kit. So it's boom, boom, boom. Drums. The drums keep the beat. If you listen to any pop record, any rock record, it's the drums. Now, myself, in my younger day, I must confess, folks, it's confession time. I was fond of a wee bit of Jimi Hendrix. Yes.
Ooh, he's definitely
the devil's work. Listen to the drums in Jimi Hendrix. Not the guitar as everybody else does. I like that as well, but the drums were tremendous.
I don't think Jimi Hendrix played the drums, Jim. Again, see that big buffer that conned you into your mandatory gay sex. See when he was selling you, this is the bootleg with Jimi Hendrix. See, and he's off day plays the drums. Honestly, listen to this, Jim. I don't tell anybody I gave it to you. Don't tell anybody it's Jimi Hendrix. It's only me and you. It's only us that know about the mandatory gay sex and that Jimi Hendrix was famous for his drum playing. You know, Jim, you're a man in the know, man. Honestly, I think this guy's simple.
And if you listen to like Cream for the 60s, the drumming, brilliant. In fact, Ginger Baker just died. There he is. Ginger Baker just died. I'm quite sure the man had no idea what he was actually involved in. But, so drumming. Where does this drumming come from? Well, I'll tell you where it comes from. And I don't want anybody saying you're a racist and all that.
Because it comes from the Jungle Bunnies.
Carry on. Give me peace. It comes from West Africa.
Told you. Voodoo.
That 4-beat bar drumming comes from West Africa. And you also see it in some of the Polynesian islands. And what
cannibals. It's that drums, the work of the devil and the cannibals.
What is it? It's always used in the context of summoning up the spirits of the forest, summoning up the dark forces. And every time this drumming is introduced, it leads to people getting naked.
Woohoo! Yep! Right, hold on. Right, give me a wee second. I need to sort of OBS. From now on, there's going to be a 4-beat drum consistently through my show, just in the background. Right, and then we'll take a poll, post and pre-drum, and we'll see how many people. Hands up now. How many people at the moment get naked during my show, or at least get a wee bit out? Right, and then next week. I'll start with a 4-beat drum, constantly just subliminally in the background. A wee bit like my subliminal. There are millions of genius pieces in here, just like hundreds of these in the background, just subliminally. I make myself, my thumbnails make myself laugh. And then we'll take a poll and see how many people get naked. But I can't just take your word for it. We need to do some visual confirmations. So basically what I'm saying is send me naked pictures, ladies. I mean, for the poll. For the poll, of course. Anyway, where was I? I think I was here. Voodoo
people
music.
having sex all over the camp, or violence. That's what it's for. That's what that drumming is for. It's to bring forth the dark forces and the dark spirits. Now, there's few names for it all over the world because this is known. It's known in every civilization and every religion. For all intents and purposes, we'll refer to it today as the Kundalini spirit. Other people call it chakra, chi, and everybody says this is some kind of coiled serpent. I know we're talking allegorical here, but it's like the seed of evilness, and it resides. The Hindu
and your boys.
You say it resides down the bottom of your spine, and when you do these, these repetitive drum beats, or you do exercises like hell in the air, doing the rocking back and forward. By the way, we know the Jews do that, but also the Muslims do it. And even the Jesuits used to do it. So you're doing this thing. And if you look at a charismatic church, they're doing the same thing. They've got the hands up in there and jumping up and down all the time. It's the same thing. It's to replace oxygen with carbon dioxide or monoxide. I don't know what one it is. But it's getting rid of the oxygen in your bloodstream. And pushing in a very suggestive state and a trance-like state. Yoga's a typical, no Christians getting yoga. But you see this all the time. You see it in religious context, and you also see it nowadays at rock cons, festivals and all this kind of stuff, and with the lefties, they're always up in Oregon, Portland, they're always banging the drums, London, they're always doing this rhythmic thing, and they're dancing for hours. That's to get them into.
So funny, man. I can imagine this guy being in a few fucking marches in his time, and do you know what they do to make the march go on the beat? They use a drum. I think that's more his style of music, the old fucking foot bands.
An altered state of being. And they don't just dance, like, I don't want to...
Did they use drums at the Battle of the Boyne, Jim? Is that the devil's work?
Show you all Mr. Dowson's prowess on the dance floor. But their dancing always involves real big bending. Why are they doing the big bending? It's to
because they're giving it big licks. Woo, yeah, baby!
Expel the air out of them. Expel the air out of them, so that the oxygen levels drop and it puts you into a trance-like state.
I know, Creepy Crawl. The scary thing is, he probably is being serious. Amongst all these fucking brown people or bad shit and all the crap that he spews, this is the kind of stuff that that in these people's nuts.
It's a well-known technique, and as I say, even practiced at one time by the Jesuits under Ignatius Loyola. Why, I don't know, but he used to do it as well. There's a few folk do it. So this is what's going on. Now, what is this Kundalini thing? Is it real?
What is this Kundalingus?
Of course it's real. It must be real, because they all do it and it all leads to the same results, ultimately.
Man, it must be fucking real. I'm not just sitting here saying that drumming's some voodoo crazy ass shit.
So whether it's Kundalini, chakra or chi, and some people think now it's good things to get your chakra or your chi. No, it's bad, it's terrible. And
oh, you've not done it right then, Jim.
This is the serpent.
Some yoga sex. Oh.
Spirit being summoned in you. That's what nightclubs are about. That's what all these kind of festivals are about. Now, let me get this straight here. I am not some old fuddy-duddy.
I know you're fucking batshit crazy, pal. Woo.
Going to impress you young guys here. I have been to Glastonbury 3 or 4 times.
Just wait for it. It gets better.
Now, I was there handing out Christian leaflets and went, no.
hardly going to Glastonbury now, is it, Jim?
But I was there and I seen it all, and there's nothing good in these concerts. You know, these rock concerts and these festivals, nothing good. So if anybody watching this has allowed their kids to go to these rock festivals, you're crazy. I've been there. And I'll tell you a wee quick story. It's not on my list here, but I'll just tell you if we get time. I suppose we have. I went to Glastonbury the first time, and there's a group called Faithless, you know, that black guy. I actually used to like his music. It's very good. It's like, it's sort of middle of the road kind of trance.
Keyboard down. Anyway, let's listen to Jim. This is a brilliant story. Jim Dawson in Glastonbury, right? Do you know what this made me do when he told me this? I had to go and put on the Faithless set. If you've ever been in a club or something and they pay Faithless, man. This guy had me going to my bed thinking the devil was in me and all that because I was listening to Faithless. I can't get no sleep. Anyway, let's get on with... See, it's the devil's work. Jim has cursed me, and it's the God came down, the baby Jesus, and zapped the power out my batteries.
The same music. It's quite nice, actually. And I don't know much about it. I'm just a normal old guy. I don't know. So I went to Glastonbury. 100,000 people. There's a black pyramid stage. I should have known. Something not right here.
Illuminati.
And he was singing this song, Faithless. Again, I should have known. Faithless. I should have known.
Faithless, I know. Illuminati.
And he's singing this song, but it went on. I'm on the record on the radio. It lasts 3 minutes. But in concert, it lasts like 20 minutes. And it's just building up, repetitive beat, building up. And I looked round about me, and you got to think this was in Glastonbury, very magical, spiritual place in England, all linked to New Age, but it's a beautiful place. So as the sun's going down over this English countryside, I'm looking at this black stage. It's on a hill, like that. I'm up on the top of the hill, looking down on the big black stage. I'm looking down. It's 100,000 people, and I was talking to some of the kids there, and as this beat went on and on, the kids just switched off. I thought, nobody's listening to me anymore. Very common. But I thought, what is...
I can't understand it, Jim. It's clearly the devil's work. You're handing out Christian flyers at fucking Glastonbury as Faithless's main set comes on. The sun's just setting, it's getting dark, every fucking cunt's off their tits, and Faithless gets the crowd fucking going, man. They keep it going. It's like tantric sex, sometimes with your clothes on. Let me see if the keyboard is back.
Going on, and they were fixated. They weren't even talking. Boyfriends and girlfriends weren't talking anymore. They were just fixated with this black stage, with this beat. And I watched them. I kid you not, I was there, I seen it. And a friend of mine called Jerry, devout Catholic friend of mine, Jerry says, Jim, there's something going on. I says, I know, look at this. I was sitting in a field of 100,000 tuned in zombies, tuned into that stage. And then they started swaying.
Can you believe they were not
everybody? Yeah, imagine this. The sun's down now.
Imagine going to Glastonbury and the crowd
the sun goes down in summer, there's a mist, carpets the ground about maybe
the world's going on here?
2 or 3 feet deep. There's white mist carpets the ground, so all you could see, because everybody was sitting, was people from the head up. So I could just see this sea of heads and this music, and then the lasers started to shoot out, and the tempo started to raise, and these people started to sway. And then as he really burst into the whole song Faithless, he started chanting. There's no music, no singing up to now. He started chanting, there is no God, you are your God, you are your God, I am your God, you are your God. All this gibberish. And then he started shouting, F Jesus, F Jesus, F Jesus, over and over. And the music this time was really loud. The laser beams are shooting out.
Try and find
there's these green lasers going into the sky, making zigzag patterns. And at this point, this whole crowd of 100,000 people.
See, the reason Jim imagined that, right? Because he was getting his mandatory sex off that big buffer before he went down to Glastonbury. But like, fuck, I'm away for 5 days, Frank. You better take 5 days worth of pumping before I get down here. And Big Frank, the big buffer, popped him 5 eckies up his arse before he went to Glastonbury, and it did, like, he was a bit blocked up at that point, and it never really kicked in until he was down into Glastonbury, and then he started imagining tripping off his tits, imagining that shit. Right, I'm getting a bit worried now. Can he get fucking a keyboard to work? It's a new set of fucking batteries. What's going on? Jim Dawson's cussed me. What can I say? Cussed me. God is real. Look at this.
Well, we were probably decent kids. 5 minutes ago, this whole crowd had rose up, and from the back of the crowd, huge orange Hindu flags all were running down the hill towards the stage. And before I knew it, there was 100,000 people just writhing like snakes, and there was people having sex, and I had to step over because we're out of here, we're going. I was terrified. Jerry, as I say, devout Catholic, he was almost knocked his eyes out. He was genuflexing that much. He terrified the poor fella. And we were actually stepping over writhing mass of people having sex. That happened to me in Glastonbury. These people were perfectly normal before that
happened to me in Glasgow.
Did you know what happened there? That was the Kundalini spirit being raised up from the forces of nature, from which Satan, remember Satan is the Lord of the world. The forces been raised up, maybe even through the ground, through these people's bodies, and manifest in what I've seen. And I've seen it, I was there. You've watched these films, you know I'm not a nutcase or a lunatic or a crackpot. I'm a very...
You tell Jim, after those like 11 minutes, a lot of people would actually say you do sound like a fucking fruit bat. But hey ho.
Like sane, normal guy, but I seen that. And then when I started looking into it and thinking, what happened there?
Normal guy.
Why did these people behave like this? Now we see it every time now on raves, crazy, mad, charismatic churches, we see it there as well, sadly. Same thing, and they behave the same way. I'm not talking about writhing about, but they do writhe about in these churches. They're not having sex yet, but that'll be the next thing. These things are progressive. Anyway, that's what happened. Now across the world, everybody knows about it. That Australian Aborigines call it Dadira. We know the yoga's got it. The West Africans, as I say, that's where it comes from, and it transported itself to the Americas through slavery. And you think Haiti would have got the voodoo? It's the exact same thing. They've got all that stuff there. They've got it all, and got it all. It's terrifying. It really is terrifying. And you know, as you've seen,
fucking pissing my pants.
That's what goes on. So have a quick look at this and just see the comparison. I want you to just see the comparison, so you know I'm not talking rubbish. Have a look at this.
Pull your hearts into the dance.
This looks like the Junglist Massive.
This is our practice.
This is how we do it when we're being cured. Massive. It's not the same. She looks, that's more of a chicken dance in it. I'd say that looks more like a chicken. The voodoo dance is more look, that's the chicken getting his head chopped off.
So you've seen there mad people leaping about in America in churches, yeah? Meant to be Christians. You've seen the people with extinction dances, right? Okay. And you've seen this drumming from West Africa. Drumming. This is a voodoo ceremony. That was a voodoo ceremony. That wasn't people having fun in the village. That was a voodoo ceremony. Yep. Ooh. And you've seen the young Western girls. I think they were English. Those girls making all the faces. Those were Western girls. Those were Western girls at a rave in London or somewhere in England. So you see the similarity.
No, one was off their tits and eckies, and one was dancing about like a chicken. I have seen women full of eckies that do dance like chickens. But not those examples that you showed us tonight, Jim.
The strange dancing, the grimacing of the faces, you know, the weird faces. They say, oh, it's because you take drugs. It's more than that. It's a lot more than that. It's a lot more than that. Because what goes along with these things in Africa, just as in London or LA, is they take hallucinogenics, they take drugs and all that. It's all part of this summing up the Kundalini spirit. You know, and many people know about this. But if you just look at those 4 examples we gave you there, they're nearly all the same. It's the same pattern.
Do you think this is the fear tactics that Jim's mo and dad used them to keep him off the smack? Aye, Jim. You go after that. You take that Eki or the smack. You'll get the Kundalinis. Maggie Murphy will come and get you. Right, there we go, man. The Starship Enterprise is fully functional with new batteries. Woo! Baby!
Pattern of behaviour and the same rhythmic beat. It's not normal, and it's very alien to us Europeans. It's alien, completely alien. And if you look how far back this...
It's not an alien about a good beat, Jim. You feel it in your soul, man. Maybe that's my Kundalini I'm feeling. Anyway, I thought that was... You can go and finish that off, man. It's fucking hilarious. And it's just people with those crazy-ass attitudes are just like, what? Anywho, each to their own. Even Jim Dawson. So the Queen says so. Now, does she?
My lords and members of the House of Commons. My government's priority...
My government. Right, so here's wee Sean Wilson. Prevent victim. This guy is been turned so batshit crazy that his parents were so concerned that they got in contact with Prevent because he's a little gay Nazi and they can't understand why. There's him putting up the Queen's speech. There's Base Amy. Rule Britannia. The Queen says we're leaving, so we're leaving.
My lords.
TR News, where the Queen says it, so it is so. Look, this looks like news to me, doesn't it?
Good afternoon. It's Monday, the 14th of October, 2019, just after 1 o'clock. Welcome to UK Column News. Your host today, Mike Robinson, myself, Brian Gerrish. Well, Parliament.
Indeed, here she is, the state opening of Parliament. And the first thing that we notice is the Queen is once again wearing the wrong hat.
No, she's not wearing the wrong hat. She's wearing the only hat she's able to put on her frail neck. Now, listen closely. These guys know that it's a pile of shit, but they're using this stuff to poke people with a stick.
And it's a very interesting situation here. So the crown being carried on a cushion as it was in 2017.
Just one. This is the Cornetto song.
A crown of sorts. It's not the. It's not.
It's going to sing Barcelona there.
Crown. So the question is, what is the status of the Queen under these circumstances? Brian.
It means that she's sold. The hat's too heavy for her head. So as a compromise, they get one of her little gimps to wheel in the crown on a cushion.
And it's fascinating to note that this has only happened 3 times since the Queen became the Queen.
Listen, when?
It happened in 1974.
Maybe she had a strain, maybe a back problem, maybe a muscle, and she couldn't handle the weight of the hat then.
Just before Britain held a referendum. So during that following session of Parliament, which she opened when she didn't wear the crown in 1974, Britain held a referendum on entering the European Union in the first place. And then again in 2017 when Theresa May just about won an election. And again today. So it's pretty unclear exactly what the situation is.
It's not unclear at all. The hat's too... If you watched any of the programmes about the opening of Parliament, they were clear that she wasn't wearing the hat because it's too heavy for her. It's like it weighs a ton. Almost literally a ton.
Here, the crown sitting on the cushion beside her.
And the inference is that if she isn't wearing the crown, I know that she's a very elderly lady now, and I know the crown weighs a lot. So one.
But forget that. That obviously isn't the answer. The fact that she's clearly, you can observe this with your own eyes, clearly an old lady, and the hat's clearly, verifiably weighs a fucking ton. But just forget that. Like, go down the conspiracy route, fucking garish, you junky looking bastard.
There could be the case for, I can't wear my crown, it's too heavy for the whole of the proceedings. But this is ritual.
That makes sense.
Which, of course, they're normally meticulous on.
Yeah, but this is ritual. So even if she physically can't hold the hat on her head, she should wear the hat on her head even though she's physically not able to do it because it's ritual. Listen to this guy's logic. Fruit Loops.
She's not wearing a crown. Is she speaking for the nation? That's the inference.
Well, indeed.
No, that's what you're inferring.
Well, I take your point. The point I'm making is that the only time that this has happened is when there's been a parliament which has been particularly...
You've just said 2 times before. One in 2017, you could say she was too frail to wear it then, and one back in 19 Canteen or whatever, and you could say she maybe pulled a neck muscle or something, maybe rehearsing. It's very well known that that hat isn't nice to wear.
Involved with the European issue. And it seems totally, a pretty big coincidence to me that the 3 times that this has happened have been when we're in this type of situation.
Indeed.
In the meantime, the negotiations apparently are going swimmingly. This is Michel Barnier with our Brexit secretary.
So crazy talk over a hat an old lady can't wear. But anyway, that's the UK column for you. So what was that? Oh, that was a Knights Templar. And then the Queen says so. Everybody up in arms about the Queen. Now let's have a look at some real... I'm not even going to play it right, but it's there to see. This is some real... in fact, go and listen to this in your own time. This is disgusting, man. Either whatever is going on here, it's fucking disgusting, right? What you've got is fucking Fanny Tomo rhyming and repeating this young girl's allegations in the public eye of scrutiny when making that look like some sort of a interview when it's clearly it's not objective. I mean, like, if you go and listen to it, like, it's like leading the witness, it's like putting answers in her fucking mouth. And if her allegations are true, what the fuck are you doing putting it up on fucking YouTube, you fucking clown? It's going to make any fucking prosecution of any cunt guilty of anything so much fucking harder if fucking Fanny Tomo is putting that shit over fucking YouTube. If the allegations are fucking false and fabricated with a bunch of right-wing fucking windy-licking fucking muppets, disgusting cunts putting this fucking shit and filth into young people's fucking heads where they can get street kudos by Tommy Robinson and his little band of muppets coming and fucking blowing smoke up your arse if you fucking see how stinky the local fucking Asians are. Any way you dress this up, what are these fucking loonballs doing? From Fanny Tomo to the fucking parents of this little lassie, the whole fucking circus around this shit. What the fuck are they doing? Where the fuck's the brain cells? Isn't they cunt going to inject? Where's the fuck some cunt with a fucking mallet and 3 brain cells to wallop these cunts into fucking line? Lordy fucking Lord, is there not one member of that poor lassie's family that can go and fucking sort these fucking rockets out? Anyway, I digress. Real child abuse. It's like that fucking Hochstead mob and the anti-Hochstead mob and all that shite. They're using the fucking, either the abuse of children to make up allegations of child abuse or the genuine child abuse as fucking YouTube cannon fodder to fucking virtual signal all over the fucking internet. Ooh, look how much I'm fighting the paedophiles today. Fuck up! See, if you were really genuinely out fucking doing anything in the way that's any fucking constructively fighting any paedophilia in fucking any shape or form that it fucking exists, you wouldn't be making YouTube videos about it fucking broadcast or fucking filming it live to Facebook or any paedophile fucking hunter groups. But retard logic dictates that I'm pro-paedophile because I don't like fucking paedophile hunting gangs, because if you go and look at them, they're all a bunch of fucking backward windy-licking fucking retard, full of fucking steroids they're a dog the bounty hunter fucking wannabes, and their prize fucking snaring is a fucking Pakistani Asian pedo, which I've seen a few times. Fucking disgusting. Anyway, I digress. Fucking child abusing bastards. Fucking... Broke my mic. Oh. I don't know if you... Oh, hold on. I think my mic's working. Hold on, I'm confused. I've broke my camera, but I think the mic's working. That's the deep state Illuminati. Hold on, I've got a way of fixing it. Boom shakalaka. Don't know, man. The fucking deep state Illuminati obviously fucking knew I was. They just had to hack my shit because I was telling too much truth. Aye, it's my sugar rush. That and the orange kush. Orange kush. I love orange cushions. Now the deep state Illuminati attack is over and done with. Onwards. Real child abuse. Fuck, the cult of Tommy Robinson, look. Even opening the tabs I get a warning.
Racist attacks against whites, such as Charlene Downs, whilst pandering to the likes of Baroness Lawrence.
We want our land to be a home for our people and our culture.
We want our people to be put first when it comes to charity and jobs.
We want the promotion of the traditional family and our core
You want to get in a diet, hen?
Christian values. We want major industry.
Oh God, man! You want to get his Specsavers, hen? Oh man! Just make sure it's not an Asian or black guy serving you, man. But you need to get some better specs, hen. Fuck's sake, man! You look like a fucking NHS number for the fucking 80s. Vera and Jack Duckworth had better glasses than that.
Industries to be owned by the public for the benefit of the public.
We want our national sovereignty. Our leaders should be elected.
That was the guy get jailed for planning attacks or some shit. Jack something, I don't know.
Accountable and domestic.
We want the banks to be reformed, the current debt wiped, and the bankers punished.
We want business regulated so that they are never able to form a monopoly over the people.
We want justice for the forgotten white victims of racist violence.
I want another Cornetto. But I think I've had my fucking 10 weeks worth of sugar.
We do. This is not a request. This is a demand.
It's not a request, it's a demand.
We are sick of the previous generation's cowardly actions. We will not give in and we will not back down.
We will protect our own identities and secure our own futures.
We are BNP Youth.
I thought that was Captain Planet there for a second. I must have got the wrong clip.
We can all be singing from the same hymn sheet, and once again we can have a big...
There's the BNP Youth progressing through into the National Front. And the reason I'm showing this is these idiot talking heads network that you see on YouTube. I know people think it's just a crazy conspiracy theory that I've got, that is a controlled network of like sort of influencers. But it isn't a conspiracy theory. These, like before the BNP, it was the British Union of Fascists, or Fascist Union, or whatever, I can't remember. Like some genuine bona fide Zcal fucking stand up fucking fascist Nazi bastards. And then that didn't wash, they turned into the BNP. The BNP didn't wash, BNP Youth. The BNP and the BNP Youth didn't work. National Front. And then you've got all your wee mini cults on YouTube telling you, care about immigrants and vote UKIP. Nobody questions why. What's this one?
I'm standing here making a video that I wasn't going to make. In the sense that I promised myself,
that doesn't make sense.
Family that I'd take a break. What's happened in the last 12 months? I've had 2 stints of solitary confinement.
Wrong. You've been 2 stints in jail for breaking the law.
run as an MEP in a month-long campaign, which was tiresome, but good.
Poor you.
I wiped Panorama. Basically, their credibility was destroyed. We finished John Sweeney.
No.
The reason I'm making this video is because John Sweeney's trying to make some sort of comeback. But first of all, before we get onto that, just a thank you from me for giving me the time. I will be back with a bang. I've just come out of custody and I promised that I'd give some stability to my wife and my children.
Well, you best get your passport then, pal. These were the Nazis. This was the mob that he was over in Germany receiving a reward from. And if you go and look who it is, it's a magazine. It's linked to Pediga, which is also linked to the generation identity movements that's sweeping through. And sorry, the identitarian movement. Anyway, there's the details on your screen if you want to go and do your due diligence. This is who John Sweeney was referring to, being at the Hitler Appreciation Group when Tommy Robinson was over in Bavaria receiving the reward. And it's Jim Dawson's mob and their politics, using the exact same techniques, rearing their head in Germany and further afield.
Right, okay, what we've got here, if you read the headline, you'd be like that, oh, this sounds really serious.
Well, also as well, buddy, I'm not having a go or anything, but if you actually watch YouTube and all the Barbies that are dripping their tits and their politics around YouTube, getting all the limp dicks guys to fucking harem around them, backing up their points, then you would see there's actually, I know it's the sun, I know it's a hit piece, but there's weight to the point that they're making. That's what it's called, actually, like critically thinking and thinking for yourself rather than just, oh, it's the sun, throw the baby out with the dishwater. There's that compact mob. There's Pepe Le Pew Frog. It's very similar content, and as you'll see, there's a lot of the alt-right. I mean, come on, check some of those fucking lassies out, man. Who wouldn't they fucking spunk all over their faces? As long as you can shove a sock down their mouth so they didn't need to talk politics. There's Pepe Le Pew Frog.
You people saying don't share those videos. It's you people that need to watch the videos. Those videos are real life. That's reality. That's what's going to happen and continue to happen across Europe. And here's your permission. If I'm ever killed, share the video everywhere. Because I want it in everyone's faces to see what your open door welcoming of an enemy who, despite everything we stand for, has done to our country. And is
lovely. When I'm murdered, share the shit out of it. Oh shit, did I pause that? Sorry.
But I want to show you a clip from some of that unpublished footage. Again, remember what the request is for, to help identify the rioters. Because we had a camera. But look at this.
Look at this.
I'm just going to show you 30 seconds or so from our footage.
Right, so the police have asked for any footage you've got. It might help us identify some of the rioters.
We sent the cops today via Interpol. Take a look.
Every foot they take, we take a foot.
So there was a police video unit there.
Yeah.
Look at that. They had two cops.
This guy was a lawyer, right? And then you hear him talking about Tommy Robinson's legal cases as if like he'd never understood even the smallest minuses of law. And then you just know he's a complete fraud.
I'd like to ask you if you can throw me a couple of quid to help with my travel. It'd be much appreciated. As you know, I'm not on any payroll.
He's an independent journalist. He just gets free hooker and blow parties.
As you know, I'm not on any payroll. As you know, I'm not on any payroll.
What's up, everyone? Sean Wilson, UK here. I'm a bit annoyed, not gonna lie. A bit annoyed.
Okay, girlfriend, give it to me with your jazz hands.
Of people being a keyboard warrior, basically.
His hands
Like,
remind
what the
me
hell
of,
is the
like,
point
remember it was
in
only an excuse?
commenting
You used to get
crappy
somebody else's hands coming up.
BS on my posts, whenever I post political stuff. When you have a different opinion, you know what I'm saying? Like, what you're doing. I don't care that you...
How have the far right managed to convince all the gay people, well, not all the gay people, but a lot of like young gay people to join that fucking brand of politics is beyond me. I've witnessed this in real life. You know, like, I'm your typical Nazi at the party, and I'm like, to these younger gay guys, like trying to convince them to be less Hitler-esque. Whew. It's weird world we're now staying in.
Leute, seht ihr das? Das kommt raus, wenn der Mann einem...
Right, so God knows what's happened there, but here's the TR channel. Dripping more like dead bodies. As Tommy Robinson just said, show it. I'm not apologising for sharing the video. It's emotional propaganda. It started an emotional response. What man out there doesn't get the emotional response when you see a woman getting beat up and stuff?
Don't touch me. Hey. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. You've got me.
It looks like a lot more fun than Tommy Robinson, actually. Like you getting the Kundalini spirit. Oh, don't let Jim Dawson see you do that, fucking Avi. Getting the Kundalini out you.
I don't think humans at the moment are going extinct.
And then the candid camera trick of going around finding the retards in the crowd, interviewing them and trying to portray that as your average person in the crowd.
It's a fact that's going on, but you guys will stand by while this goes on, because you're just going on. You don't want your friends to be losing their jobs in the force, because this is... We're here today raising the children of this community, and it'll safeguard the drivers as well. You've got kids that are being flirted with in taxis. You've got taxi drivers pulling up on roadsides, asking kids to get in their cars.
Right, now, if you can't see the undercurrent of racism here, then you don't know enough about the kind of cultures, like, it's not so much up here, but in, and correct me if I'm wrong, but like in northern England, northern towns in England, the taxi game is predominantly dominated, especially the private ones, with Muslims, right? With Asians. And it's stereotypical with Asians, they employ their brothers and uncles, aunties and all that, so it becomes like a family business and stuff. And no doubt there'll be arsehole fucking taxi drivers doing shit that they shouldn't be doing, and I'm not fucking justifying that for 1 second. If you catch them doing it, take them outside and chop their fucking hands off, as far as I'm concerned. But the undercurrent of racism here, where this guy's coming out and just talking about the taxi drivers, what he means is the dirty, stinky Muslim taxi drivers that are preying on our young white girls. That's the undercurrent that I believe is there. But you decide for yourself.
My channel, Robbie Tomlinson, has now been taken down by YouTube. I'll put the new channel in the comment section below. If you could.
Thank you.
I never ask anybody what they've done with their money. I don't ask James Goddard what he did with all the money he raised for his legal case, which he didn't seem to use because he tapped out. He didn't pay John Hurst. He never paid him for his expenses. When he went to defend him, he was raising money. You know, I don't ask anybody what they're doing. They all seem to have questions about me for some reason. And the fact is that I'm the only one who seems to be actually paying the money where I'm saying how it's going to go for lawyers.
As crazy as she is, that probably sounds to be accurate. She's probably too batshit crazy to be on the take as much as everybody else.
Sunni, Shia?
Sunni.
And how do you feel about them calling you a Nazi?
They are crazy.
How you going? Are you guys Nazis? No. So why are they calling you Nazis?
I have no idea.
You look like a Nazi.
Do I? I think that's a compliment. We're Asian.
We're Asian. How can we be Nazi?
Everything's made in China these days, even the Nazis.
Oh, why are they? I made Philippines, actually.
Cut. She's definitely a Nazi. She looks like a white supremacist. She looks like literally Hitler. That's Antifa, that's their flag. You think they're actually against Muslims?
So here you have anti-Yemeni injecting himself in the pro-anti-abortion debate, right? You make your own mind up about that shit. But is he an independent journalist and going taking up this cause because it's something he cares about? Or can you see a pattern about all the causes and the things that he draws your attention to? And then I would point to Jim Dawson's CV and where he cut his teeth with the militant anti-abortion mob, militant Christian crazy folk over in America. Coincidence? I think not.
Evening,
Good evening, I'm Desperate Dan with my Eki. That's what an Eki jaw looks like, Jim Dawson.
A bit of a rant because I've been up since...
Bit of a rant with my very feminine hand. I've been taught at journalist school to do this for some reason.
The reason I am ranting is because I have spent...
Why am I ranting with my big flipper hand?
I chose to spend the day, but I've spent the day in central London surrounded by virtue signaling, lying, hypocritical,
learn how to wave like the Queen or something?
Protesters to put up with to go and report on the left. But no, like I said, I was going to come on and rant about a few things, and I don't do this because I've kept quiet for months and months.
Let's get to the bit where he talks about Amy.
Partly, I've not really wanted shells. Right, always said I weren't going to do this. Going to do it. That's the point of caring. Based Amy, let's set the record straight. Based Amy, I'm not the reason that you were arrested. The reason, Evening Sil, the reason you were arrested, Based Amy, is because you took the decision twice to go and approach a certain MP. Now, Evening Joseph. Now, that wasn't my fault, and the fact that you've tried to blame me really speaks volumes about your character. Now, let's look at the facts. Now, this woman, and I use the term woman lightly because, yeah, right? This is a woman that doxes my phone number online, that starts talking about my daughter, and everyone's still following it. I can't work it out. And do you know what? I look around at things sometimes and I think to myself, you know, there's good people and bad people in this movement. And our movement at times is a bit like the Jerry McKyle movement.
Yep, it is. And you're the mad crazy guy, Eki guy, who comes on with a big Desperate Dan fucking Eki jaw.
Hey guys, so this is just a quick update to, well, it's not really an update actually, it's more of a request video.
Think she thinks she's Scary Spice?
Now, I need to get those numbers back up again, so my Twitter is @BeyondThePowers, the link is below, and I often tweet what's going on at events that I attend on there, especially if I attend the, oh my god, what is my cat doing? Especially...
Peeing on your leg. Brown Teeth of London, and again, follow the information, follow the money, see what these people are all about. This guy's bog deep in the counter-jihad movement, and it was the counter-jihad movement. A lot of the counter-jihad movement which co-opted Tommy Robinson into their camp, and Brown Teeth of London is at the head of that. He's the guy that gave Tommy Robinson the tour round Israel and whatnot with the M16 on the tank. All that jazz.
Oh yeah, you're right.
There's Tommy Robinson getting his passport knocked back.
My colleague came to me and explained the situation that you've come in asking for the passport, and
sounds like Beaker.
System on the applications for it. I've gone up to the department where it is at the moment. They've explained to me that because your application's come in, and as soon as we put it on the system, it's flagged up that it needs other checks doing. Okay. All I can say is it's other government departments that are doing the checks. We asked several times for them to come back to us, but they've not got back to us yet. We can't do anything about it until they get back to us.
So on what I paid for was a 7-day service.
That's right.
£142.
I'm quite aware it's well over that now.
How come no one's rang me?
Well, they should have done.
I've rang 3 times. Not one person's rang me.
Okay.
So when you say other checks, it's quite straightforward. I've given my passport with my forms. Same as it's simple. I don't know what other checks can
I
be.
honestly don't know what they are because we're not privy to that. We're not told what they are.
They have to call you back within 48 hours. I was told.
when I rang up.
Who's that?
That when I rang up on Thursday, after it didn't come on the Wednesday, 7-day guarantee, which usually comes.
Do you mean the passport officer?
Passport officers have to contact you back.
Right.
They haven't.
Right.
So
I can only apologise. I wasn't here last.
Sorry, Tommy, I've got somebody that wants to have a quick word.
Take all the money out of the safe and roll around naked in it.
Right, I've done that for you. I will just say, because the funds in your account, you actually qualify for the advantages executive Premier Gold account. Yeah. Get your own personal banker, me, look after you. That'd be you. There's an overdraft limit of £10,000. You get free travel insurance.
Thank you, that sounds great. Do I need to fill in the form?
No, I'll change over your details right now. It won't take a moment. It says no.
Computer says no. Tommy doesn't understand that.
This week myself, so I know nothing. I've just come in today. I've been off for a week.
So is someone here now that can tell me what they're doing?
Well, as I said, I've just spoken to the department where your application is at the moment.
And what are they saying?
And they're saying that, as I've just explained, they've made several.
Computer says no,
attempts
Tommy.
to have these checks done, but they're not with our department. They're not with the passport office at the moment. They're with other government departments. They're doing the checks, and we are in their hands, basically.
No, he'll claim victim and he's been victimised and all that, but remember, this is a guy, somebody in the chat room's pointing out, he's travelled on false passports before. So these checks to get done, see somebody that's travelled on a false passport then rocks up to renew their passport, they're going to want to do some checks and balances on that shit.
We are waiting for them to get back to us.
So I'm due to go on holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what emergency travel document can I get? As I never ever would have renewed the passport.
Yeah.
I read online 7-day guaranteed.
Yes. And
So I can't. So
generally it is.
So then I come in, gave you my old passport.
Yeah.
Which I now need my new passport. I never would have done it. I'm due to go on holiday with my family and my children. It's half term on Saturday.
Yeah.
I've had it
You're not going, Tommy. Tommy's not going to Ibiza.
booked. So am I going to get an answer? I'm going to get my passport. Can you get me an emergency travel document so that I can travel as who I am?
I cannot, because that situation. doesn't
Computer
need
says no.
Emergency travel documents for that situation.
But can I have my passport back then?
No.
I don't.
Computer says no.
I don't
So
even
what-
believe your passport is in the building at the moment.
Okay, so what we're saying is, I'm not allowed to leave this country, even though I've done nothing, because you've took my passport. And
You think it's a YouTube clip or speaking to somebody in the street that you can like, well, let me get this straight, yeah, because I'm white, not brown. You're defending the Muslims here, aren't you?
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm
How can you blame the rape gangs for this, Tommy?
saying is, you've obviously made an application.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A 7-day guaranteed application on your website. I read it. I would never have made that application because my passport still had 2 months left. So I never would have made that application.
You wouldn't have been able to travel on 2 months anyway, because I think there's a 6-month thing now.
Oh, you would, because I travelled recently. Huh?
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I never would have.
Where were you travelling to? Is it Europe? Or?
I'm due to travel to Europe, yeah.
All right. As far
So
as
what
I'm
can,
aware,
what can I do?
Let's get some Nazi rallies to go to.
Travel to Europe this Saturday.
They need you to have like 6 months.
Okay, so for my holiday with my wife and children, how can I travel this weekend?
You can't.
I can't answer that question.
Is that actually that good? It's Tommy trying to like get a yes when there isn't. The computer says no. But tell me how I'm going to travel this weekend. Who can I speak? There's the link in the chat. You can go and finish that off in your own time. Armandale Terra. Right, so there we've seen the cult of Tommy Robinson echo chamber. Let's see it in action. So here's TR News. Terror attack. No, it wasn't.
Everyone, we're here
attack.
outside Manchester, Arndale.
Hi
as you can
everyone, Charlie Veach here. Breaking mass stabbing attack in Manchester. Was that? Wait, I'm going to have to do something here. Maybe I'll just shrink my... maybe I'll just shrink myself down a wee bit. That going to work? No, it's not going to work. See, that's not going to fucking cut it. Right, let's see what you originally named it. Oh, past it. He's not changed it. Anyway, if you go and listen to it, he infers terror, 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 as you would if you were an agent of spreading terror where there is none. Here's...
Hello, hello, hello. Oh, everybody.
Rhyming and repeating more dangerous behaviour on our streets. Terror, 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 terror. This video is unavailable. They've removed that one. Breaking, Manchester stabbing terrorist attack. No, it wasn't a terror attack. You know, these people would love this to be an Allah Akbar Nutbar person. They would love it. You know? More TR news. Unavailable because YouTube, the YouTube account shut down. Terrorist attack. It's not a terror attack, it's a crazy person. There's another channel shut down. Before I knew it was a mass stabbing, Charlevich was on the scene telling you it was a terror attack. This guy actually went out his day to travel to the city centre to record the doom. Talk about ambulance fucking chasers. Talk about ambulance fucking chasers.
Recon.
Every cunt's away.
Yeah, let's just move. Is the...
Member of your family, then you might.
Oh, meeting up with more of your cult members. But remember, they're independent journalists.
Weird?
Isn't it weird that there's a lot of independent journalists in the Tommy Robinson cult that hang about Manchester constantly? Isn't it strange? But they're all independent. Oh, terroristic. Shut the fuck up, you fucking simpletons. Based Amy, Manchester Armadale Centre stabbing. Right, that was the second last one. Oh god, there's no way, mate. Oh, there we go. Second last one. Protect my right to produce this. What the fuck are you talking about, Hen? Anyway. It says Jonah.
Yes, Janeo. How you doing?
Janea,
sorry. Live at the moment. I'm just about to shut off.
Horse space. I think I heard Chad calling.
Did you? Why?
I was really tense because I'm scared someone's going to stop me. I'm being serious.
Are you feeling the tension?
Yeah, I don't feel comfortable.
Have you noticed the Arndale shut as you're walking round?
That police crime scene.
Yeah? What do you make of it? Is that normal protocol for a building of this size? I mean, I don't know.
Well,
it might be just
if you
normal,
think about
proper.
it, people get stabbed in London all the time. They don't close down all the surrounding shops. They know damn well it could.
Let's speculate about this. Whoa, fucking pair of simpletons. Just go and fucking get drunk and fuck like bunnies. And maybe you're fucking like fucking bunnies. You won't fucking bounce around fucking rhyming and repeating, being a wee fucking echo chamber for Tommy the Ballbag Robinson. And I think I've got one final clip. Shit, I can do that. Bit arse for elbow, but why not? Oh god, where am I? Right, there we go.
Hello, YouTube.
I've not had the chance to watch that myself yet, but it was another view, Amanda, earlier on. Talking about Sparkle, debacle. So anybody want an update? But that bucket of puke. There you go. So, oh, wrong button. Wrong button. Wrong button. Right button, but wrong button because the wonderful things he does. Anyway, thanks for joining everybody. That was tonight's Not the Infowars Nightly News. Hang around, I'll say hi to everybody in the chat room. Remember what I do here, it's digital basking. It is all available and accessible free of charge I'm going to do such a good job, you'll find value in what I do and use your spare change, not your life savings, in the Patreon and PayPal buttons down below. And a mega thanks to those who do show your support. Thumbs it up, share it with your friends and your family and your foes, help the channel and the show grow. I'll say hi to the guys and girls at home and then I'll do the off. So thanks for joining in, everybody. Make sure you stick a wee thumbs up and all that jazz. Apple Charlotte, thanks for joining and being the spanner. So Lengen, how you doing? Hugh, Stewie, Effluent for you in the evening, guys and girls. Can I fucking... No, I need to use the other screen. Things are just too small. Magpie's Nest, how you doing? Truther Clips in the evening, the artist formerly known as Tony Maria. Creepy Crawl in the evening, guys and girls. Hugh, Apple, Creepy Crawl, Maria, Magpie, the artist formerly known as Tony, Protocols of the Elders of Chicom. Hugh, Apple, Protocols, Northern Thrifter, how you doing? Stewie, Northern, Truther, Apple, Hugh, Natasha was in, Creepy Crawl. I think Blazing was a way to get a chinky, you lucky bastard. Stewie, Creepy Crawl, Hugh. And thanks to everybody that's joined. Hopefully I've managed to say hi to everybody. Remember, thumbs it up, share it with your friends, family, foes. Tune in next Monday for another show, and tune in next Tuesday for another Not the Infowars Nightly News. Before I go, would there be anybody, does anybody want me to play the 10-minute outro so people can still use the chat room? If 4 people say yes, then I'll do the 10-minute outro. You can get some of that funky music and still chat in the chat, but I'm out of here, so I'll write a comment, yes or no, or just ignore me. Jamesy Boy's in the chat as well. Cheers, Jamesy Boy. Natasha, Stewie, Maria. So let me know if you want another 10-minute of the show. Crispy shredded beef, plain chow mein and fried rice. Much that skin you, mate? I've had 10 ton of fucking sweeties, but I want a proper meal now. But I made a tortilla earlier on. Get that to go and eat, man. Beautiful. Turned out fantastic. Thanks. I'm off. Stewie's off. Good idea. Right, there's one vote for... You know what? I'll do it and then people can just fuck off as and when they want, right? I was just thinking out loud. So I'll play the 10-minute outro and people can fuck off as they want. See you next Monday, next Tuesday. Sub up, bell up for all the uploads between then and now. And thanks for joining the show, everybody. Have a good June. Catchies. Kips clips. Feels weird.
Tonight at 11.
Doom! It's a plan! And I'm angry! I'm not a slave. I've broken the conditioning. It doesn't work on me. I'm primitive. I'm real. I know the enemy. And if we can have this spirit of normal humanity spread, it's over for the globalist. Break the conditioning now! Excuse me.
This is not the Infowars Nightly News, where the answer to 1984 is not $19.95 plus shipping and handling, but the answer is to try and understand the double barrel bullcrap, the doublespeak, and the Orwellian wonderland we now find ourselves in. So sit back and relax as I take you through a real alternative look at the news and so-called alternative media alike. Enjoy.
Cips Clips.